Very good afternoon to you, Andrew. Welcome here to Cathedral St. Conleth's Park in Newbridge, County Kildare for the Glen Dimplex Intermediate Camogie All-Ireland semi-finals. My name is Killian Whelan, and between now and in around the 4:40 mark, we'll be bringing you the best of those two semi-finals and who will be in Croke Park on All-Ireland Final Day. Of course, All-Ireland Final Day, August the 10th. Make sure you get your tickets sorted out at camogie.ie. And one crew that will be hoping to be there will be Antrim. I was supposed to have an Offaly rep here with me, not able to make it just at the minute, but Una Kelly joins me. Una, big day for Antrim. Your big plan is to get back up to senior, but 9 wins from 9. But in All-Ireland semi-final, they take on lives of their own, don't they?
Oh, everything is at stake here. As you say, this is our dream. Has been our mission to get back up into senior. We've done it in the league, but as you say, those games are in the past. The only game that matters is the game that's starting at 1 o'clock today. Fantastic day for it, maybe too fantastic given the weather. But we played Offaly a wee while ago in Port Glenone. We know they are going to be a tough team. They've got through Division 2A. We've seen them in action. We know exactly what we're up against here, and it's going to be a really, really big fight.
A big fight, but let's say look at your crew for the minute. A lot of them with serious experience, and obviously, a lot of them have done with Lucky, but obviously a lot of them have won in All-Ireland as well at intermediate level only a few years ago with Antrim, and a lot of them are back involved with this crew. That experience obviously counts for something. Oh,
absolutely, and those girls have been hurting because they've had a couple of really tough years. Being back at senior, getting their feet, then coming back down into intermediate. We've been building. Carl and Martin, the team have really built everybody this year. So, and there is experience, but I'd also like to point out, Killian, the experience is still very young. You've got the likes of Maeve and Roisin, who are just turned 24. You've got Katrina Graham, who's still young in nets, and she's one of the oldest ones. Katrina Dobbin, again with a lot of experience with Antrim and Lougheed. So Claire McKillop's still here. We have experience, but a lot of those young girls are coming through, and they've come through from winning minor championships, with Antrim as well. So we're just hoping that we can pull this together here today, and be in, as you say, All-Ireland Sunday on the 10th of August.
Thanks indeed for joining us. Go and enjoy the game. I know you're a stack of nerves, so we'll let you off on that, but just have Offaly coming to me. Come on, John Leahy. He's coming down to me here now in 1 second. Just to let you know that Offaly have made 4 changes. Antrim are unchanged, so it'll be Katrina Graham in goal, Claire McKillop, Katie Lynn and Caoimhe McNaughton. It's Jenny McIntosh, Sarah O'Neill and Shanna Hegarty, Amy Boyle the captain, and Nicole McAtamney, and then it's Maeve Kelly, Roisin McCormick and Lucia McNaughton, and in the full forward line it's Annie Lynn, Katie Malloy and Katrina Dobbin. He's made it. John Leahy, good all out in the colours. Looking forward to this encounter, and a tough one obviously at semi-final level, is sure.
It's going to be very, very tough there. You know what I'm saying? You have to say the Antrim are favourites going in. Played them in the first round. I was up at that game, and in fairness, there was probably only 2 points in it. But on the day, I'd say Antrim were probably 4 or 5 points, definitely the better team. They're a good moving side. Whatnot. Now, Offaly have improved as they've gone along through group stages, and they're definitely up for the fight here. I suppose the weather's going to play a huge factor in it as well. But listen, Antrim have huge experience. Being up at senior level, they've taken a scalp off a lot of these girls at minor level as well. Won an All-Ireland minor off some of 6 or 7 of these girls as well. But listen, I'm looking forward to a good match, and I hope both teams play very well.
I'm sure everyone at home can pick up. There's a fairly significant breeze, John, and it's an unusual one in Newbridge. It's coming from the Kilcullen Road into the town. That could be a factor as well. I'm sure the girls will be glad of the breeze, because I did a kind of a temperature check here about 10 minutes ago. 30 degrees they were saying here on pitch side.
Yeah, and it's amazing. That's a very good point. If it was overcast now, we'd be talking about this as a 4 or 5 point of a kind of a turnaround. That you want to be 4 or 5 points up at half time with this breeze. It will have a factor, and I'm just watching the girls actually pucking the ball over the bar there, and even at 45 pucking into it, they were dropping short. So it's hard to believe we're at nearly 30 degrees, but the wind actually will have a factor in it. Definitely with the Offaly goalkeeper, they can puck it a mile long, so there's no question she'll be leaving at the edge of the D with that breeze.
John, last question. A lot of hurt from last year, I'd imagine. I know there's been a bit of a change. A couple of girls have come back and everything, but still a little bit of a hurt from that semi-final defeat last year to Cork.
Yeah, and it's one that probably should have been won. They were in the home straight there. They just had it as nip and tuck, but typical Cork, they just kind of ran out winners in the wind-up. Yeah, a lot of hurt there. And then there was a lot of changes there. David O'Sullivan had to contend with a lot of retirements, but then got back a couple of girls that were injured, and they've strengthened the panel hugely. So there's no question about it there. It's been a very, very good year for Offaly. I do think that on the basis of it, looking at the youth and the old, it's probably a better balanced team than last year.
Right, John, thanks indeed for your opinion then on the matters. Here from John Leahy, Offaly, and Una Kelly there from Antrim. Brian Brophy is joining me on commentary throughout the afternoon, and we're heading back up in that direction. But just to confirm the Offaly changes then, so there are 4 in all from the match programme. Aoife Liffey, Cathy Fogarty, Hannah Feenan and Niamh Sheehy have all been replaced by Orla Phelan, Sharon Shanahan, Megan King and Faye Mulrooney. The Offaly team will be Emer Reynolds then in goal. It'll be Orla Phelan, the captain, Amy Byrne and then Sharon Shanahan. It'll be Caitlin Kennedy, Roisin Kinsella and Megan King. Then into centre field, it's Christine Cleary and Claudia Leahy. It's Grace Tehan, Ciara Marr and Finette Dooley. And then into the full forward line, it's Faye Mulrooney, Maria Tehan and Kate Pilkington. We're just putting them in those spots. They may not line out in those spots, as you know, but 4 changes from Offaly from that starting team. Of course, that was a team that played against Carlow in the last round. So we're going to head up to our commentary position. I'll be joining Brian Brophy. Stick with us. It's a hectic schedule of games ahead here for the next couple of hours. Yeah, that's right. So both teams in a huddle there, as you can see. Antrim on our left-hand side. That's the town end here of Cedral St. Conlet's Park. It's I don't think there's been too many camogie matches in here since it opened after its redevelopment. But getting to have the 2 All-Ireland semi-finals. Normally the All-Ireland semi-finals do take place in this part of the world, in and around Clane sometimes, or also Dunamore Ashburn, but we're here in St. Conlet's Park in Newbridge. Antrim will be on our left for the minute anyway, and Offaly to our right. Man in the middle is from Clare, that's Joe Mullins, Mike Ryan and Enda Loughnane helping him out on the line. Brian, a lot of people reckon these 2 matches could go either way.
Yeah, you'd be saying 50-50 before the ball's thrown in anyway, Killian. That's the way it is. It was a close game in the group game between the 2 of them, and I expect the same here today.
But Antrim, 9 from 9, and have beaten, senior counties on their way. You'd imagine, do things. If you're coming down, you're reading the statistics and reading anything, that surely has to count in their favour.
Yes, you would. You would say that, and I suppose their form line in beating Clare, who, even though they lost by 10 to Waterford last week, wasn't really a 10-point beating. They played very, very well. and Antrim beat them to win the league. So on that, you would say yes, Antrim slightly favourites. But Offaly have gone down, regrouped, didn't enter the under-23s to concentrate solely on trying to get back up with this team. And yeah, I expect a titanic battle.
The weather is obviously going to be a factor, Brian, and as I said, a significant breeze. I don't know if you were able to pick it up on the broadcast there. It is quite significant coming from the Kilcullen end. The flags are blowing there. You can, at one stage you saw the tricolour, but on the pitch they are blowing from the Kilcullen end, which is to our right, into the town end. That might have a bit of a factor, especially with puckouts.
Yes. I mean, the Offaly keeper has a long puck out, and as they line up here now, it looks like Offaly will be playing with that wind in the first half. So we'll see how much a factor it is. I have to say, when they talk about summer hurling or summer camogie, they must have been thinking of a day like today. I think the ball is going to fly. I think we're going to see a different game in some respects than they would have played in the league between the two of them. This is a totally different ball game altogether.
Well, Carl McCormick said the last time they were down this part of the world, they played Westmeath on a warm day, but it teamed rain for the whole game. Far different here, and it's straight away that Antrim, they get on their break and they're going to attack the Kilcullen end. This, of course, a venue that was former Army barracks back in its day. The pitch that the girls play on was a former cricket ground. And the pitch was, as I said, redeveloped in latter stages, and they retained the wall down to the right-hand side and a new entrance down to our right here. I suppose keeping that history of the Army in this location. But it's Offaly anyway that are going to belie any history here for the minute and get straight down to Mairead Tehan and putting that ball to the right and wide. Chance there, Brian. She had space, and straight away you can see what the difference, you know, the puck out's coming and ball cleared from the defence is going to make with that bit of breeze behind them.
Yeah, I mean, and they were seeking her. I mean, the cornerback hit the free straight diagonally across to her. She is the main threat for Offaly.
So Antrim in the saffron and white, and Offaly in their tricolours of sorts, predominantly yellow on top, white body, and the green splash with the green shorts. Antrim maintaining, I suppose, tradition of the camogie game and continuing to wear the skirts. As Offaly break out, nice hand pass, but not really red, but it might be able to be broken onto here by Offaly's Orla Phelan, the captain, of course. Ball down into the corner here, where it's going to be taken up by Faye Mulrooney. Faye knocking this ball across, a dangerous enough ball off the crossbar, bounces out, and Antrim just a little bit jittery here at the moment, Brian, by the looks of things.
Yeah, Offaly playing some nice stuff, but they haven't put on the scoreboard yet, but definitely they look likely.
Ball is played inside, falls out of the hand of Claire McKillop there. She's robbed of that ball. It's still Offaly, a bit of a fly shot on the ground. Graham blocks that ball somehow. Offaly is still hunting. Tehan trying to get away. Her arm was pulled, and the referee says that is a penalty because of the pull on the arm. And as I said, all of a sudden, Brian, just the Antrim defence looks a little bit jittery, and now we've given away a penalty here.
And will they go for a killing? We've seen Beth Carton miss. We've seen Aoife Pendergast miss. I can't remember the last time I've seen one scored. This will be interesting.
Well, I think with the wind behind you, with the sun in the keeper's face, early stages, I don't think it means as much maybe if you miss it at this stage. So
yeah, exactly. I think you have to go for it in the circumstances.
Yes.
I was in Croke Park last week, and I thought Pendergast should have put it over the bar because it would have put them 3 ahead. So depending on the time and the circumstances.
Absolutely.
But,
yes. It's Claude Elahi, a good dead ball specialist in her time. Into the Kilcullen, or into the town end here then, of Cedral St. Conleth's Park in Newbridge.
The goalie's left.
Goes to have a shot, went high. Put it over the bar. That's the option that she took, Brian. I'm not sure. I think I would have went low on that one.
A lot do though, Killian, because you're not fully committing to it when you go high, because it's kind of, well, it gets some sort of a score.
Yes, I hear you.
That's my thinking.
And that probably is a factor with 3.5 minutes gone here then, as Antrim probably consider themselves led off a little bit by that, trying to get some of their star forward line on the move. Of course, ones that are able to find the back of the net: Maeve Kelly, Roisin McCormick, Lucia McNaughton, Katrin Dobbin, Katie Malloy, Annie Lynn. These are players that, as he said, know where the back of the onion sack is, and 4 of them have already won an All-Ireland Intermediate title in 2021. But Offaly are not here to make up the numbers. Lost that intermediate semi-final last year against Cork. A bit of a sore one for them. And they're back here in an All-Ireland semi-final. The Division 2 champions up against the Division 1B champions. And I would imagine that Martin Coulter and Karen McCormick might be just a little bit concerned about how their team have started. But a point to no score, and there is a Antrim player down injured. Referee just checking out there, Joe Mullins.
It is early though, it's only 4 minutes. You know, teams, they need time to settle in, but certainly a very good start made by Offaly. They've been on the front foot more or less for the 4 minutes that we've played.
Coverage on the Camogie YouTube channel. Hopefully you're enjoying it, and we will have the second game coming up. That game at 3 o'clock between Kerry and Down, and that promises to be a tight affair as well. Antrim come into this game, of course, beating Offaly in a tight game, 116-38 in round 1. Round 2, they defeated Westmeath 5-9-4-4, and then scored 419 to 13 points against Meath. So are well able to find the back of the net, but they have, as I said, conceded 7 goals in scoring 10 themselves. Whereas Offaly lost that game to Antrim, then beat Meath 3-15-11, beat Westmeath 2-14-2-6, and then in the quarter-final against Carlow 3-18-2-9. Promises to be a high-scoring game. Ray Tean trying to get forward then, has been tracked there. The referee said he was fouled inside the that new 40-metre arc, of course, that's predominantly for Gaelic football, and it's going to be a free that Offaly, no one is making huge inroads towards at the minute, but it looks like it's going to be Claude Lahi is going to take it.
There's their first free and their first sideline cut. They're going to Tean. You know, she is the go-to player for them, and they're going to her.
So standing over this. Is Claude Lahi striking off her left side, puts an undercut on that ball. Brian, that's a miss, I think. Even at the early stages, you know, you need to be getting a footing in the game. You have the wind behind you. That should have been going over.
Yeah, I mean, I think a point after 6 minutes is a poor return for the amount of ball that Offaly have had, and they're crucial in an All-Ireland semi-final. If you want to take the step, they have to be going over, and she knows that more than anybody else.
Bit of nerve maybe then on both sides, but I did think Offaly looked like they were a little bit more witted than Antrim were. Not sure what Antrim travel details were, but like if they were travelling early this morning in buses, even with aircon and everything, it's a bit of a spin. Although I suppose once you get out beyond Belfast, it was motorway all the way for Antrim this morning. Offaly didn't have far to travel. Brought most places in Offaly anyway by Boogie's coaches. They were who brought the girls here today, as knocking that ball, Stephen McNaughton down along the wing. Antrim really haven't got an attack going. Can they get one out of this? Might fall here now in the opportunity for Roisin McCormick. The referee said she was tripped, and McCormick, I think, using some of her guile there, you know, in lots of ways, Brian, put her body across the Offaly defender, and there was nothing then that could be done other than a free.
Yeah, well, I think the Offaly defender done well, Killian, because had she got that, she's in a goal. A good foul in my book. So not a bad one to give away.
No. Let's see how Roisin McCormick then has made the trip. 8 minutes gone. Really Antrim's first opportunity at the Offaly goals. And she puts the ball over the bar, low enough trajectory. And it's a draw game here after 8 minutes exactly on the stadium clock here. And it's a point from frees. One was from a penalty, as the puck out comes from Offaly's netminder Emer Reynolds. The Shinrone player has some puck out, as two Antrim players run straight into one another there. And again, another stoppage for an Antrim injury. Players committed there, Brian.
Yeah, you often see it in a game, two players going for the one ball, but again, even from the puck out, they're targeting Chloe Tean. And I'd say that's the keeper was selected on the basis of the puck out, and with the aid of the breeze, I mean, she's landed at that inside the Antrim 45. So I think we'll be expecting to see that nearly in every time there is a puck out for Offaly.
Just taking the time there now to make sure that everyone is okay. If you've just joined us, welcome to the broadcast. We're here for the afternoon. Don't forget the finals day is on the 10th of August. Premier Junior down for 1 o'clock, the intermediate final at 3 and the senior at 5:15. And that will be on the 10th of August. You can get your tickets on camogie.ie.
If somebody is missing a phone, you can connect it here in the control room. Thank you.
The ball goes in and it's over the bar after all of that.
Yeah.
McCormick's wondering where the Antrim defence a bit of a sleep there, Brian.
Yeah, well, she made up for the missed free if you want. That's her second score of the game now, so should give a bit of confidence.
And the ball is out on the far side. Down towards McCormick then on the top of the football arc, looking to get away from her immediate opponent. Pulled up the arm there as she had the shot off her left. It's gone to the right and wide. But Joe Mullins was giving her the advantage. Brian, that would be a concern though from an Offaly point of view. If that's your way, you're going to have to stop Roisin McCormick. She's going to get away at some stage.
Yeah, well look, she's one of the best in the country, Killian, and
bit of confusion.
I mean, I'm sure Offaly coming to this match have decided how are we going to handle Roisin McCormick. It's the first thing I'd be thinking of anyway. But they'll have to do it without fouling because she'll again. I expect her to get this and get her second point of the game.
At the minute, she's causing Amy Byrne a few troubles.
Yeah.
McCormick strikes at the post, and is it 2 apiece? It is 2 apiece. At the moment, it's the McCormick and Lahey show.
Down on top of Teen, I expect again.
So
Here
puck
we
out
go. Yeah.
over on the far side, and again, the target there was Grace Teen. Grace and her cousin Mairead. 1 to 10, 1 to 14, but McCormick out in front of the immediate attacker, looking to pop a ball in the direction there of Annie Lynn. Oh. The referee said he saw a foul and it's going to be a free in, and these are meat and drink for someone like Roisin McCormick. Offaly, it is a bit concerning.
I think that's a harsh free. I don't think she deliberately dropped the hurl, Killian. I think the hurl just actually came out of her hand. I think that's a hard call.
And here's a chance for Roisin McCormick to put Antrim. Oh, did she go for that top corner deliberately? Ball is batted away.
She's hit all her frees low. So
yeah, maybe
I wouldn't think so. I think it was a miss-hit.
Anyway, it's a let-off in a way, but here come Antrim again. Ball left behind Annie Lynn there. Maybe we have to give some credit to these girls out in that heat. 30-degree heat down on the pitch. I measured it just before throwing. And on the ball is Grace Teen. Offloads, and the shot coming in. Is this her first score from play? It goes over the bar. The Teen cousins link up, and it's Mairead. It's on the scoreboard. She's had a couple of shots and been fouled for a few, and she's put that ball over the bar to put Offaly in front. 13 minutes gone. Puck out to come from Katrina Graham, who made a decent enough block on a shot that came in just before the penalty. Maeve Kelly knocking away the attentions of Offaly captain Orla Phelan. Plays a diagonal ball across. Nearly worked out for Antrim. Thankfully, Joe Mullins is a bit closer to play than we are, because I have to say the yellow splash on top of the Offaly jersey in a huddle up against the Antrim saffron is a little bit hard to decipher.
Another opportunity for Roisin.
But another opportunity for Roisin McCormick. And like, they haven't been too hard, any the opportunity she had, although she did miss hit the last one, we'll say.
Yes, she's been striking them low. I know there's a breeze against, but unusually low.
In the background, the Wicklow Mountains, as Roisin McCormick knocks that ball up and over the bar. And that's her third so far, with not even a quarter of an hour gone. This is the Glen Dimplex Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. For a right to play in Crow Park. Faye Mulrooney trying to get on this ball. Grace Tehan trying to also get in there. Hassel and Harry is Amy Boyle. The race to the line now with Tehan on her back. Boyle does very well though. Come out of what used to be the old dressing room entrance here in St. Conleth's Park. Ball is down along the line. Antrim player goes high for that and misses it. Played across there by Lahey. Looking to get on this ball now. We're Offaly bearing down for an attack. Being roared on by their crowd that have come to support them there. But chance kind of begging for Dooley. And the ball is cleared away down along the far side of the field now. Looking for McCormick. She pops the pass. Chance here now. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Ling gets the ball inside. Dobbin! Save! What a good save as well. Ball is still there. Is it in the net? It is in the net eventually. Katrin should have put it away the first time. An absolutely top-class save from Reynolds Bryan. Nothing she could do, and just Dobbin's momentum eventually kicked it to the back of the net.
Yeah, great save to keep it out, but a great goal. It came Mamie Boyle working it out from our own end line, and out they came and up the field. And I'm looking, Offaly were left 2-on-2 at the back, and Roisin Gaw had popped it, runner off the shoulder, and again Katrina eventually gets it, finishes it to the net.
Then she got there, and that maybe might settle Antrim nerves, but here come Offaly down the far side. Tehan looking to flick the ball into the corner and trying to pick it up. Here is Dooley. Dooley looking to get in on this ball now, settle on her left-hand side. That's a good score. That is a good score from a tight angle.
Yeah, it is. I'm just looking down at it here. Offaly are doing most of the attacking, and hence most of the play is down there. But it's leaving gaps at the back at Offaly. It's leaving them nearly 2v2.
Ball out to Boyle, who set up that goal from cornerback position, getting it on here to Maeve Kelly, looking to step inside. The attentions here of Amy Byrne. Byrne wasn't able to stop her getting that ball in play, but the Offaly numbers are there, but coming crashing onto it here now is Roisin McCormick. Holds a bit of space, has a shot at the post, gone out to the left and wide. Thought she had done enough.
Yeah, I thought she picked the pocket.
Yeah.
I think Offaly have to get to grips with her. I really think they really need to detail somebody on her, no matter where she plays.
Ball out again from Reynolds after that fine save, and unfortunate that the ball then eventually was kicked to the back of the net as Maria Tehan tries to get on this ball. She's been hassled and harried there, and eventually is helped out by her teammates as the ball is played into the corner here now. Offaly trying to get a bit of a grip with Mulrooney. Mulrooney holding off the attention there and strong, and that looked like a definite third man tackle there a little bit.
Yeah, and a little nudge in the back. The Offaly defender, or the Antrim defender, had done well, kept her going out, but then just gave the little nudge.
Was it Claire McKillop or Katie Lynn? Both of them were going in on that ball.
I think it was Katie Lynn, just gave away the free.
Yeah,
but it just,
when they'd done all the hard work.
All the hard work. From a managerial point of view, it really annoys you.
Yeah.
Because they're going away from your goal.
So a chance here then for Claude Lahey. 2 points for her name so far.
Yeah, one free missed, one penalty, a point.
She's been a busy lady. Just down below us here in our commentary position where we are, we're more to the town end of the ground. She plays that in and she pulled it out to the right and wide. And with that breeze and everything, and with the fact that Offaly are in front, or Antrim are in front, needing some of those. Puck out to come then from Katrina Graham. Katrina, of course, won an All-Ireland Intermediate in 2021, but that's an overplay of the ball there by the Antrim defence. A bit of a silly error to make, but now a chance again. Who's going over this time? Is it Grace Tehan is going over to take this one?
Yeah, I think there'll be a change in the taker here for Offaly.
Gorgeous day here in Newbridge on the July 12th. It is the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-finals. Good afternoon to you if you're watching us here from Seadrill St. Conleth's Park. My name is Killian Whelan, Brian Brophy on co-coms with me, and Danny Turley is on camera work for us today as Grace Tehan has a strike at this post.
She's going for the flag.
And she's put it over the bar.
I think she's got the job, Killian. I think we'll see her on them now.
We're up at 19 minutes gone then, 1-3 to 5. Still could go either way, of course. Very warm day here in Newbridge, sun all over the pitch. As Antrim's number 5 Jenny McIntosh from Ballycastle knocked that down the wing, but it's been returned, and it's an opportunity maybe for Fianna Dooley to get inside, but it's well pirouetted out of a tackle there by Katie Lynn. But the pass is given away, and it's Tian, Grace Tian this is. Could be an opportunity to lay off a pass. The referee said she overplayed the ball. Maybe considered a bit harsh in that.
I wouldn't agree with that referee. I do not think so. No way she'd done 4 steps in my estimation anyway. But he blew the Antrim girl only a minute beforehand.
Mike Ryan just telling Katrina Graham where exactly he wants that free taken from. And the ball is poked out over on the far side. Going to win it there is the Offaly number 5, Caitlin Kennedy from the Drumcullen club. But it's in and robbing that ball, Katie Malloy from Dunloy. And the referee says, overstepped it again. That's 3 in quick succession here.
Yeah, often when I'm coaching Killian, I always say a referee has one thing. It's either pushing the back, travelling, or maybe chopping. This fella's is obviously travelling. I'd say take the 3rd step. Don't even take the 4th step. He's blowing everything.
So free taken by Offaly then. Inside the 13-metre line it goes. And that's good control from Offaly's number 12. Getting the ball in. Oh, taken high was Ciara Maher. And I will say, Brian, Fianna Dooley is coming into this game. She's having a few ball possessions and is causing, Antrim are having to keep an eye on her here.
Yeah, she's getting out in front, hop the pass. Offaly doing most of the hurling, and this should get them back level. A good response after the goal.
I don't think Sarah O'Neill. I don't think she can have any complaints about that. That was
I think it was clear as the day, as long as the fella.
And a chance for Grace Tian now to knock it over the bar and level the game up. 21 minutes gone. Grace Tian with the job. She's only taken over. Has got 2 frees, 2 points, and it's 6 points to 1-3. And Antrim have gone back into their shell a little bit, it would seem. But you have to allow it's 30 degrees solid heat out there on the pitch at the minute, and I would imagine in under those helmets that temperature is gone up a little bit too. They'll be looking for plenty of ice and cold drinks at half time here. As ball played across, might work out. Tian was keeping her eye on that ball, but so was Claire McKillop, and she did very, very well there. And eventually gets the ball, but out into a bit of traffic. Ball breaks. It might work out for Antrim, but it doesn't. And there's a bit of a scrum forms. And eventually getting a dig on it and driving up the middle is Lucia McNaughton, getting it off to Nicole McAtamany, and she puts the ball over the bar. And in fairness to Nicole there, Brian, didn't think twice, just had the shot from 45 metres out over the bar.
Yeah, I think the score of the game so far, Killian, great score off her left, straight over the black spot, into the breeze.
Have to say, fair play, Lucia McNaughton got in there and dug that ball out, and then off the shoulder was McAtamany. Faye Mulrooney over on that far side being marshalled, but that ball went out off an Antrim player, and it's going to be a sideline cut for the Burr woman.
I'm a little surprised that Antrim are not shifting to their left. Every puck out has gone to the right from Offaly. Every single
gets
one.
A short tap inside. Might still work up. Scooped up towards Maria Team, but went over her head to getting in there to knock it away. Sarah O'Neill. Antrim there. But it's Offaly that a bit more fight now. And here's an opportunity, maybe Tian coming straight through. One thing on her mind. Great save by Graham. Battered in again there by Dooley. And Graham gets it away at the second time of asking. But Mulrooney is all over this, and she blocks down the attempted clearance by Claire McKillop. In, she comes in to the top of the 30-metre line. Referee said that the ball was wide off, and the chance kind of begging. What a save by Graham.
Oh, brilliant, absolutely brilliant save. I mean, I thought the net was going to be rustling there when she went through Tian.
And there was
That's
only
a fantastic save.
Yeah, there was only thing that Maria Tian was thinking about was the back of that net.
She did similar in the league final against Clare a couple of times.
Yeah.
She's not big in stature, but by God does she stand up between them posts.
Yeah, and we got to see her that day, and she covered herself in plenty of glory that day in that league final.
We've seen 2 great saves by both keepers. Unfortunately for Offaly, Katrina Dobbin followed up. But Yeah, I definitely thought that was going to be a goal for Offaly.
Yeah, just looking back at my notes here, Brian, she made a great save after 14 minutes of that league final when Clare had a bit of momentum. 1-4 to 6 points. That would have put Offaly in front. Antrim are getting a few warning signs. They're going to heed them, are they? Kate Malloy knocking it down here towards McCormick in a bit of a race. And she's away! McCormick now. Opportunity to go. Struck, but it's Reynolds that bats it away. Roisin went for her own score when maybe there was an opportunity with forward right on the edge of the square.
Yeah, she could have let it across. I think the Offaly fullback just struggling pace-wise with Roisin when she gets it. You know, she's a hard woman to stop one-on-one, but I think they've really got to look at it. The problem is they're doing most of the play and it's down the other end. But every time it comes up there, Antrim they beat the player, they're in.
Emer Reynolds now with 2 fine saves. Unfortunately, the first save saw a ball eventually end up in the back of the net, but that's a good save there. The netminder is doing very well on both teams. Referee. Orla Phelan, a judge have overstepped the ball, and the crowd are even getting angsty over it now, Brian.
Yeah, I don't think he's even letting 4 steps. I think he's blowing 3 steps. I have to be honest. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Free to be taken by Roisin McCormick and a chance to put Antrim 2 points in front. That goal that came from Katrin Dobbin after 15 minutes, after her initial shot was saved, and then she just kept following in and eventually kicked it to the net. McCormick gets a bit more height than this, sends it down into the breeze and over the bar. Roisin McCormick with her 4th point. 26 minutes gone.
It shows you how big that save is now, Killian. When Antrim gone 2 ahead, they could have been 2 behind if that had went in. There's again down the right side.
Another long puck out from Reynolds down towards Grace Tean. Looked like she had her jersey pulled there as she went down in that ball, trying to get away from the attentions of Jenny McIntosh, and eventually referee said that's a free in.
I think the crowd gave him a little nudge.
It's a tight enough angle though now for Grace Tean. This is her 3rd shot from frees in the last 7 minutes. Tight angle to narrow the gap here.
Yeah.
It's Costa del Newbridge here at the minute. We're at Cedral St. Conleth's Park as Grace Tean has a chance to put it a 1-point game with her 3rd score. The umpires are going for the flag, and that's a cracking effort, Brian.
It is a cracking effort. I mean, the Offaly management obviously must have made the call on the freeze, and they've done the right thing. 3 out of 3, faultless.
Puck out then again from Katrina Graham, was made her own save after 23 minutes from Maria Tean. Looked like referee blew there. Looks like he's calling across Nicole McAtamney, warning her. I think Carl McCormick is perplexed on the line. Now he's going for a card.
I have to say, Killian, it's a great venue for these games, and you can hear the crowd getting involved. I mean, in Croke Park last week when the crowd came in for the second half, really added to the game, and the crowd are getting involved here. And it's a tight, you know, they're going head to head, and it's great. It's great to see. It's great to hear.
Joe Mullins put the buck back in the pocket and still kept the free. The Clodagh Leahy is going to take here. So Clodagh will be about 60 metres out when she hits this. Could be even 58. Gets it up good and high. It's towards that left hand upright. It's a cracking score. It's over the bar, and it's a draw game. And that might ease her nerves because I think she did get a little bit upset after missing a couple.
I think so, but I'd imagine she was back on them because it was probably felt it was outside Tian's range. The others were all inside the arc, either side for Chloe. But look, she's stuck it, and now we're level.
Maeve Kelly took that ball away there from Orla Phelan, diverted the ball across the field. Probably needed to be a bit more diagonal rather than straight across, but the ball has been cut off here. Offaly all over it, trying to sniff a chance there is Fianna Dooley. Looking to come out with it. Knocking the ball across, but it's robbed there by Caoimhe McNaughton from Cushendall. Knocking it down into the corner, looking for Dobbin, but the goal scorer. But have to say, Antrim's forward line not really clicking into gear as yet, and that's maybe a lot of it down to the Offaly defence. Ball is in the first real scrum we've seen in the game. Taking it away, the captain Amy Boyle, knocking it, losing it. Eventually kept in play and in possession by one of her teammates, Annie Lynn. Ball up along the wing, cut out by Offaly, batted down off Antrim hurl, and it's going to be a sideline cut for Offaly. Water being thrown in. Just to let you know, there was no plan for water breaks. I think it was left at the discretion of the referee.
Well, we saw it earlier on in the under 23 between Kilkenny and Galway. I was sure it would be today, but it's great credit to the girls. They've gone hammer and tongs at.
Yeah, I don't know whether either county requested it, but they've played on anyway. Maybe if there was a break in play and an injury, it might have been, but anyway, balls are batted away. Amy Boyle, ball is knocked forward and running onto this now might be a chance. Katie Malloy from Dunloy. Lost it the first time, gets it the second time. Trying to hold off the attentions of the Offaly defender on honour. And it looks like there's numbers there and it works out for Offaly. And I have to say their half-back line, Brian, playing very, very well.
Yeah, they scrambled great there. They scrambled back, they got back, dispossessed her, drove out. Now they've got the free.
Last bit of play. I don't know what additional time. I haven't seen that. Oh, here we go. The board is about to go up 2 minutes, so we've exactly that 2 to go then right now. And as we said, this game could be nip and tuck. And various different times. Both sides have looked like they could get a foot in the game, but they've been able to peg each other back. The goal has been important for Antrim point of view. That ball has gone all the way to Faye Mulrooney, beating everybody. He got such a kick off the turf, Brian. You were dead right about how the ball moving at speed. It's moving through the air and moving on the ground.
Yeah.
Ball played forward. Offaly player didn't get a shout there, but it's control looked like by Roisin Kinsella. Back it goes here to Orla Phelan, the captain. Superpower, she wishes she has it from her programme. Time travel. She'd be hoping she could time travel, I presume, to the 10th of August and being an All-Ireland final in Croke Park. Don't forget that those take place. Triple header of action, 1 o'clock, the June Premier Junior, 3 o'clock, the Intermediate, 5:15, the Senior, and tickets available on camogie.ie the 10th of August. Book it in, make sure you're there, folks, and God, bring a crowd. It'd be great to see. Don't forget Kerry and Down coming up at 3 o'clock. We'll have coverage of that here on the same link. You don't have to go away. If you're Camogie fans, stick with us. Offaly, you have the chance to go in front at the break.
Yes.
They have, and that's a fine score out around the middle. And is that Claude Lahi getting one from play? No, it's our clubmate, our teammate Christine Cleary.
Yeah, Christine got that one.
And that could be a bit of a pick-me-up for Offaly going in here. Good block down there by Maria Tehan. Her cousin Grace trying to get on it. The Tehan's battling it out here at the minute, and get away does Grace. Opportunity opening up in front of her. Could this be 2 and a bounce? It is for Offaly. Offaly don't want half time to come now, Brian.
Yes. And Antrim have tried to go short. Obviously into the breeze, but they've got turned over that time. And the game has gone 2 up to Antrim and now 2 to Offaly. And really enjoyable game, Killian.
Enjoyable game indeed. Out of the hand there of Orla Phelan. It bounced over Maeve Kelly and then just off of Phelan's hand. And I'd imagine Joe Mullins, on this ball comes in, he's probably going to call time. Sideline cut to come from Lucia McNaughton then, down in front of Carol McCormick there, keeping an eye on things. Martin Coulter a little bit further up along the line to my left-hand side, but he allows the play. No, he's going to call it there now. Is it half-time? 10 points to 1-5. Offaly finishing, Brian, here in a bit of a canter, and probably something they need going in at half-time, knowing to have that breeze against them in the second half.
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, if you're playing with a breeze, you obviously want to be going in ahead. They have done. I don't think it's too significant looking at some of the scores, and in a funny way, personally, I think it might suit Offaly if the ball is down their end a little bit and their forwards might have more space, because I think they will cause trouble. It's everything we thought it would be. We thought it'd be tight, hard to call, and if we go to the second half, it is. It's anybody's game. Who wants to be in Croke Park on the 10th of August?
At different stages, though, Brian, we've seen that goal. We thought, here we go, they're going to now all of a sudden kick on. But they've laboured a little bit on occasion, haven't they?
They have. I mean, bar getting it into Roisin McCormick one-on-one, the rest of the forwards not really in the game. Katrina done well to follow up, but we haven't seen much of her. Katie Malloy, we just haven't seen them. It's really the Roisin McCormack, not say the Roisin McCormack show, but she seems, if Antrim are going to win, she's going to win it for them. While Offaly have had more. Tactically, every puck out, every free, even side, Offaly have gone down the left-hand side of Antrim. They haven't come down under us at all. So there's obviously tactics at play here from Offaly, and it'll be interesting the second half when they continue with that and what Antrim will do about it.
But it's definitely something that they identified, and Grace Tehan has really in the last quarter grown into the game, hasn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. And even the brilliant save came from Chloe Tehan coming through, or Mairead Tehan, I think it was, driving through for the shot, but she came in on that right-hand side again. Yeah. An absolutely brilliant save from the goalie. I think the big score for me was after they got the goal in any match, Offaly got the next score. Had Antrim gone 4, there's only been 2. And again, if I reference the Kilkenny Tipperary game last week, there was never any more than 2 points in the game in full time at any time. And it's been similar here. Bar the once when Antrim got the goal, got 3 points, but straight away Offaly got it to 2. And so this can go either way.
Still could go either way. The Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-finals could still go either way, as you heard there from Brian Brophy. It has ebbed and flowed, and at one stage it looked like Antrim 2 points up were going to kick on, but Offaly, credit to them, have fought back here, and with Grace Tehan taking over the freeze since the 19th minute, she's hit 4 points, 3 from placed balls, 1 from open play, and that has been a huge significant factor in this game. Plus as well, the 2 saves by Emma Reynolds on 15 and 25 could be a huge factor ultimately as well, even though the first save was a concession of a goal ultimately when it was kicked to the back of the net. But she is in fine form with her puck outs as well. At the other end, Katrina Graham, fine save after 23 minutes from a Mairead Tehan shot. But so, as we said, it has ebbed and flowed, and at the minute it has just ebbed towards Offaly's direction. Are they looking to put some of the hurt behind that they suffered last year against Cork? We'll wait and see. The second half promises to be just as tight and as exciting. But here for the minute, it is half time in the Glen Dimplex Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. It is Offaly 10 points, Antrim 1-5. And you're welcome back here to Cathedral St. Conleth's Park in Newbridge, County Kildare. Gorgeous day here. Sun has just started to creep a little bit onto the pitch as it goes around the back of the stand here in Newbridge. The newly redeveloped, I'm sure lots of people have heard about it now at this point, and it's well open now at this stage. But hosting the All-Ireland Camogie semi-finals at intermediate level for the first time. And it's Offaly who lead by 10 points to 1-5. Don't forget, coming up at 3 o'clock, it is Kerry and Down. Antrim with a little bit of work to do. Won that puck out, or the throw-in from Amy Boyle, but it was snaffled away from her by Claudia Lahey, dropping this ball in, but it's watched by Katrina Graham, who's done very, very well to get out where she is now, looking for a bit of help now. Loose pass, she's out of the goal, opportunity, putting it in, and it's over the bar. Could that have been more? But Offaly take the score, Brian, and it's pushed the lead out to 3, and it came from Ciara Maher.
Yeah, Katrina again doing well in the goal, but she lost the run of herself a little bit. You know, she just, when you're in the goal like that and you come out, just pop it to one of your backs and get back in the goal. That could have been disastrous.
Could have been. So, chance gone a big one in a bigger stage maybe for Offaly, but the score taken anyway by Ciara Maher after 31 minutes.
This time Offaly have gone 3 points, Killian, for the first time in the game. Antrim were 3 points in the first half. No team has gone more than that, so it'll be interesting to see where the next score comes from.
Yeah, but I think good shot in the arm. If you're an Offaly, if you're David O'Sullivan, you're happy that you got the first score. Started the second half.
They started like they finished the first half.
Good cut by Antrim, batted down though by Caitlin Kennedy. Batted back away from her and trying to get on that ball. Amy Byrne, referee said it's an illegal chop down there, and it's going to be a free, and all these things play into Offaly's hands.
Let's see if they're coming over to the right again. They are.
Amy Byrne playing it over this side. That's obviously, as you said, a target on, trying to find Maria 18, but she's robbed it up all by Shanna Hegarty, the Ballycastle woman, having a shot. She's put it over the bar. Good score from Shanna.
Yeah, great. It went back the other way. They've obviously targeted her, but great defending, and they put it back. Now they've changed it up.
All over the far side, trying to get it towards Grace Teen, and she does. Right inside her, but she elects to go along in on the edge of the square, where Kate Pilkington was there, but Ciara Maher has picked it up. She's getting it off to Fiona Dooley. Dooley's inside, still going, Dooley. Oh, look at that, up and over the bar.
Yeah. Instead of first half, Killian, she's been lively and she's always looking to cut in and widen the angle for herself. And
But the crowd were cheering there, let's say, to the physical encounter that saw the Antrim player send her away, and she was still able, Brian, put the head down and dug out that score.
Oh yeah, she wasn't going to be denied.
Offaly though being turned over, this
Here's
ball
the situation now.
sent down towards Roisin McCormack here. McCormack 45 metres out, going for this shot. We're going to go tit for tat on scores here at the minute. Roisin McCormack with a fine point.
I think it's fairly obvious. If Antrim are to win this game, you've just seen the lady who will win it, and if Offaly, they're going to have to try and stop her.
Yeah, but Offaly have had a better spread of scores. Roisin, 5 points to her name, ball out, and won here very well by Kate Pilkington. Of course, she of the famed name and Burr. She wouldn't have licked it off the road. Not sure which one of the Pilkington she is, but
She's Johnny's daughter, I believe. Yeah, we played against her with Dublin this year in the Leinster Championship. So they brought her in as soon as the minor was finished. She got brought up to the senior panel.
Very good. And Kate, as I said, didn't lick it off the road either.
No, absolutely.
As that ball is turned over there, it looked like by Maeve Kelly. Bit of a physical encounter there. Orla Phelan trying to get in. And it's taken away. Shot coming in from distance, but it's gone out to the right and wide by Kate Malloy. And this could be a bit of a shootout, Brian, the way it's going.
Yeah, Same as it was at half time, there's 2 points, and like I said, nobody's got 2 scores ahead.
Ball down along the wing here. That looked like a bit of an illegal movement there.
She certainly just threw her out of the way. Yeah. Interesting now to see who will hit the free, Killian.
Yeah, as we know, Claudia Leahy took them all and then kind of got a bit upset missing a couple, and that was given it to Grace Tehan. But the longer ones definitely seem to be Claudia Leahy's.
It looks like Tehan is back on them. And the right-hander will suit her the angle.
Shot coming in, the umpires are going for the flag.
Over the flag.
And that's a good score.
Flawless on the freeze, and she's gone on them.
Yeah. Antrim's struggling defensively, Brian.
They are struggling with the Offaly forwards, but I mean, to be fair, they've kept them out of goal.
That's true. Ball is inside now. Here's Maria Tehan. She had an opportunity in the first half. She's ducking in again. Tehan! One of the goals of the year, Brian.
Absolutely. They've been targeting her from the off. They've been trying to get the ball to her. And I just said Antrim had been keeping them out of the goal. Well, no keeping that out. I mean, to be fair, there's many teams in Division 1 would love her a full forward.
Absolutely. Maria Tehan had only one thing on her mind. She was probably at a bit of a wider angle, Brian, than she was in the first half, but she wasn't going to be stopped the second time.
No.
Antrim coming forward, and Offaly.
I think this rule they have to get rid of in Camogie. I mean, he's given charging against her. I don't see that at all.
It's the one rule in ladies Gaelic I want to see rid of. It's just nonsense at this stage.
It's nonsense. I mean, girls can go toe to toe, shoulder to shoulder, but when one runs and it happens to you to the other.
But a yellow card, whatever may be about the free, but a yellow card, I never understand.
Not at all.
The referee's hands are tied. That's the problem. That's the rule book. But definitely someone should please take a challenge to it. It's a blight, I think, at the minute in ladies' Gaelic games. Anyway, Offaly won the free, and it's Orla Phelan that's knocking it down along the wing. That goal coming from Maria Tehan could be significant. It's a 6-point lead now, Brian. That's massive in the context.
It is, yeah, because we thought this would be close. A couple of points either way. We now have 6. For me, Offaly win this if they can keep Roisin McCormack quiet. Ironically, she's drifted out now. Looking at it down here, she's gone out to centre forward.
Offaly are on a bit of a flyer here now. Claudia Leahy with the shot. It's up and over the bar. And they're motoring, Brian, here. They're going to be hard to stop now.
They are all over the field. They've more players performing better. And when you think they were out, the likes of Becky Bryant is not playing. They're really, really doing well. That was a great score. I mean, from a girl who missed, a couple of early frees, I tell you, on the run, off her left. Great score.
Change made, and not sure who made it. I saw the board go up. Was it on Offaly side?
No, it's
a bit of a stoppage play. No, definitely 26 for 15. And I presume it was at the other end there.
It looks like we're going to have.
So it looks like Antrim are going to make a change. Anyway, number 24 is going to come in, Dervla Cosgrove. Well, who will forget that name? A lady who got the fastest hat-trick in Croke Park history and eventually scored 4 points or 4 goals in that All-Ireland Premier Junior final victory of 2022. She's about to come on, and they're also going to bring in number 22 by the looks of it. Emer Johnson from Dunloy. Looks like she's going to come in, and looks like a bit of firepower is probably needed, is it?
Yeah, well, I suppose you're 7 points down in All-Ireland semi-final. What we got left, Killian, we've we've 21 minutes. I think the management have to do something. They got to make a change.
Double substitution for Antrim. Number 22, Ian Johnston, and number 24, Dervin Cosgrove. The bases number 12, Lucia McNaughton. Annie Moon.
As that ball is poked out. Bit of afters getting on here. Oh. Line ball being given to Antrim. All the players being told to get away. Getting just a little bit twitchy here, Brian. But Offaly have that 7-point lead.
I think Offaly are definitely up for the fight. There's no two ways. There's no backing down there.
Referee's not happy anyway with Joe Mullins. He's hearing something. Is he from the far?
Well, Roisin Kinsella was getting up close and personal with Roisin McCormick. Now he's going to have a word with her.
Down into the corner, here it goes. 114 to 1-7, Brian. That again is significant, and Offaly have done it very, very quickly and nearly under the radar a little bit. Trying to get away from that ball. Katie Malloy, the opportunity inside McCormick. Still going McCormick. Shot back to the net for Roisin McCormick. And it was all to do with Kate Malloy. The advantage being played in fairness by the referee, and we've game on again.
Yeah, well look, we said it from the start. If Offaly are to win, they have to put a stop to Roisin McCormick and they'll win the game. If they don't, I think they'll pay the penalty. But unlike Ray last week, he left plenty of advantage time there.
Puck out comes and lands on top of Grace Tean. She knocked it on to Caitlin Kennedy. Has that goal given the shot in the arm for Antrim? They have 2, Offaly have 1. Offaly continue to lead by 17 points to 13. Grace Tean getting the ball to Mulrooney. Shot, but it's gone out to the left and wide. And it's really, you have to say, Brian, the first maybe scenario from Offaly that they didn't take a score from. They've just, everything they've hit so far in the last maybe 20 odd minutes of play has been flawless.
Yeah, flawless, and she had acres of space in front of her. She should have taken it on and made sure. It's a bad miss.
Offaly trying to get on the ball here again with Mara, but it's cut off there by Sarah O'Neill, but it's picked up again by Offaly. Driving onto it now here, it's opportunity. Here's Tean, Grace Tean, that is going inside, pops the pass. Ball gets away from Mairead, and maybe Grace should have went herself.
I think she should have put it over the bar. You need to respond straight away. I mean, they're still 4 points ahead, but you've got to get the next score to answer the goal from Antrim.
Puck out then over to the far side. Number 24 that is on, of course, is Dervla Cosgrave trying to get on that ball, being headed out over there by Maeve Kelly. Antrim need a bit more inspiration to come their way, and all of a sudden Maeve Kelly might show some of that. Dropping that ball in, off the upright it comes. Having to be quick here now is Amy Byrne. Offaly 4 points up they go. Ball out here to Caitlin Kennedy. Down along the wing it goes, but trying to get over there and win that ball is Johnson. Johnson, the sub that's just on. Lovely pass inside to Dobbin. Dobbin turns and puts it over the bar. Antrim in a bit of a groove again.
Yeah, the momentum's gone the other way now, Killian. What a game we have. Brilliant game.
Absolutely cracking game here at Cathedral St. Conleth's Park in Newbridge in the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship. semi-final. Offaly come out 10 points to 1-5 lead at half-time, and all of a sudden just took the game to Antrim. 1-4 they scored without reply. The goal from Ray Tean, a thing of beauty, probably one of the goals of the season, put them in a 7-point lead. But Antrim have hit back with a goal of their own from their taliswoman, Roisin McCormick, who got a goal and 5 points. But it continues to be Offaly in front here by 114 to 2-8. Last couple of chances though, Brian Brophy, have gone a biggin, but Offaly are still, with a quarter of an hour to go, still are the ones with maybe a few toes in Croke Park on the 10th of August.
Yeah, well look, they're 3 points ahead, 15 minutes to go. It's where you want to be, either team, and in this case Offaly are up. It's up to them to see it out.
So 45 minutes gone here at Cedar St. Conleth's Park in Newbridge in the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. It is Offaly in front by 114, Antrim's 2-8. Free in over on the far side.
And all of a sudden, Killian, we could be back to where we were at half-time. If this goes over, there'll be 2 points in it. Yeah, Offaly had stretched it to 7. Looked like they were kicking for home. But it's the brilliant thing about camogie and hurling. It can change so quickly.
Absolutely. And I keep going back to the rule changes a number of years ago that obviously helped speed up the whole scenario. That's been a factor. But I just think Antrim could get this chance with McCormick. I think they're going for the flag. It's over the bar. She is the woman that makes them tick. It's back to a 2-point game. I was about to say about 7 minutes ago, Brian, that Antrim were looking like an overheating car, that they just needed to get water into that radiator. It seems to have happened. That goal from McCormick just seems to have given them a huge shot in the arm.
Yeah, well, they made a couple of substitutions. They've changed things around, and it's worked. And they're right back in it, and they're now in the ascendancy. Here we go again.
Yeah, well, their half-back line that definitely was struggling has now all of a sudden come into this game. Jenny Byrne trying to get on this ball here, looking to step away, but she's held up there by Malloy. Free out that she's going to get, and it's 14 minutes of play to go here. 30 degrees of heat. Offaly making a change. Number 2, Aoife Liffey from the Shinrone club is coming in, and she's replacing number 19, Megan King.
Number 2, Aoife Liffey, replaces number 19, Megan King.
Again, Megan started, even though she were number 19, came in as a late change, and she's coming off. Aoife played against Carlow the last day. She's now on. So a bit of defensive change made, and I wonder, is she going to be given one particular job, Aoife Liffey, to do in the last 13 minutes or thereabouts. Maria Tean now trying to lead the charge. Hunting the ball inside. It's gone over the top. Grace just left it behind her a little bit, and a chance maybe gone a big in there. Offaly were trying to get in, but taken away. 114-2-9. Don't forget, it was 114-17. Offaly trying to get on this ball, and it's good hard play by Sharon Shanahan.
Great defending by Sharon there, really. Had to win that ball and drive out. Offaly need a score. Antrim are coming.
Yeah, they do need a score, Brian, you would feel, because
Any sort of a score.
Just Claude Lahi, that point on the 38th minute, now 10 minutes without a score, and in that time, Antrim have responded back very well with 1-2.
Yeah, they really need to get something on the scoreboard. And funny, Roisin McCormick now has gone out centre forward, gone away from the goal, which I think Offaly will be glad to see.
Down into the corner it goes, and getting on that ball, Sarah O'Neill down along the sideline here. Got an unusual hop, but well controlled by Claude Lahi, trying to get the ball, but there's McCormick back helping out, looking to spin this ball over the far side of the field, looking for Cosgrove, but the race looks like it's going to be won by Offaly captain Orla Phelan. Uses her body well to protect the ball, has it in her hand, being held up illegally, and eventually going to get the free. And Orla Phelan letting Cosgrove know all about it.
Yeah, playing a captain's role there. Had to be won through the free. Great defending by Orla.
Scorching out there. Credit to these two teams that are out there playing in this in the height of it, you'd have to say 12 to 3 o'clock was expected to be the hottest temperatures of the day. At about 20 to 1 or thereabouts, I marked the temperature about 30 degrees on the pitch. I'd imagine under those helmets and everything, it's probably playing in and around that and above. As that ball breaks away, and it's Claire McKillop looking to get it loose, but the ball is on the edge of that football arc. Joe Mullins happy to let the play continue, and it's Offaly that's got on the break. Mar, who got the opening score in the first half, has an advantage. Ball was in the hand. Oh, Mairead, had she got it? Was it Mairead? No, I think it's the sub that came in there that we had missed there at the start. Is it Ellen Regan? Is it 26 that's down there?
Ellen Regan, yeah.
Oh, Ellen, another one that wouldn't have licked it off the road, of course, from the Borough Club.
No, great striker up both sides, Ellen. Has been injured for quite a long time, just back I believe, but has been going well in training. Offaly need this badly.
Ball is put in, the hand went up.
Yeah.
Umpire puts it over the bar.
She hasn't missed.
No, in fairness, Grace Dean has done very, very well. Grace Dean now with 6 points, and another change for Offaly. Caddy Fogarty coming in.
Substitution on the Offaly team. Number 5, Caitlin Kennedy replaces. Number 4, Kathy Fogarty replaces number 5, Caitlin Kennedy.
So Caitlin Kennedy is the one that's gone off the field of play. Caitlin Kennedy, ball ashore. And they're right in the melting pot now. 10 minutes to go. McCormack trying to get on this ball. Being tracked there by Christine Cleary. Ball is still in the attention of Amy Boyle. Boyle trying to get it. Flicks away straight to McCormack. Not the player you want to get on it. She steps inside, but she's pulled it to the right and wide. She kind of hit that one-handed.
Oh, I'd say young Shanahan is delighted to see that go wide, because the one woman you don't want to give the ball to.
It's the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-finals. A cracking game. 1:15 Offaly, 2-9 Antrim. Don't forget, coming up at 3 o'clock, it's the other semi-final between Down and Kerry, who will be in Crow Park on the 10th of August. At the minute, Offaly are the ones that are there, but Malloy is on this ball, trying to get away from the attentions of Roisin Kinsella. Referee allowing the play to continue. The crowd ocean on, Malloy and McCormack and everyone, but also trying to dig it out is Kinsella. I think she has it, trying to get out. Bats the ball out here to Shanahan. Shanahan's got to be quick. 2 Antrim players around her. Sharon Shanahan looking to step out, did very well, went to shorten the grip, blocked down by Malloy. Shanahan kicks it into the middle, where it's picked up by the number 17, Orla Phelan, playing a captain's part, looking to keep it on the end of the hurl, trying to play it away, took it to the sideline, and under extreme Antrim pressure, turns into a sideline cut for the Glens.
Oh, brilliant hooking and blocking, Killian. You wouldn't see it anywhere from both sets of girls. Antrim determined not to let the Offaly come out with the ball. Just hook and block, work and work and work. Brilliant stuff.
Tempo has definitely gone up here. You know the championship was sponsored by Glen Dimplex. Ball is going to be played inside. Maeve Kelly trying to get on it, spinning well out. It's Katrin Dobbin getting it on to the runner. That's the number 19, that's Erin Coulter. Her dad Martin, of course, part of the management team. Shortens the grip, knocks it to the upright, puts it over the bar. Erin Coulter with the point. She slipped on there when we didn't notice. And she has got a score here to narrow the gap to just 1. 114 to 1-7. Antrim have outscored now Offaly 1-3 to 1 in the last 12 minutes. Number 2. Go on, tell me, Brian, work away.
There's 2 points in it, Killian. It's 1
2 points in it. Was I saying 1? Sorry, 2 points in it.
Yeah. But Coulter, the speed, absolutely. She get on the ladies 4x4 team. She just, it's a scorching day, and she scorched the Offaly defence.
Absolutely,
right from the half back line, right through and over the bar. Brilliant score. I mean, this game, I hope the next one lives up to this, because this would be fitting of a final. This has been an absolute cracking match.
So both teams have scored 1-5 in this second half. 1-10 or 1-5 to 10 it was at half time. It's 1-15 to 2-10 now. 18 points to 16. Apologies if I said there was a point in it. 18 points to 16. Martin Coulter having words with the referee down here. Don't know what I think he's maybe questioning the time the physio was on the field. I don't know. Anyway, these girls have gone helter-skelter in these abnormal temperatures for us, I suppose.
Roisin McCormack come back in now at full forward.
Yeah,
I suppose
interesting
until
there.
the end of the match, we'll see her back in there.
Yeah. 2-point lead, dangerous lead as we know. We found out last weekend for Kilkenny as Mairead Tehan tries to get on this ball. Gets steps inside very, very well. Top of the arc, puts the ball. What a score, Brian.
What a score. What a score, Killian. Absolutely fantastic. For me, I think any team would like her at full forward. She's come out though. They brought her out, but that was just a brilliant score.
Well, if you said that Antrim, if they're to win, needed Roisin McCormack, I think with Mairead Tehan in the form she's in, Offaly needed at the other end. Ball has overrun everybody and made it all the way to Nicole McAtamney. Held up there by McGrath. Dobbin trying to get inside. Katrina is still going. Knows where the back of the net is. Tries to get the hand pass off, but she was held up there. Still in on top of that ball, Katrina Dobbin. Roisin McCormack trying to help her out. Ball is on the ground. Shanahan is in there trying to dig it out. In there as well is Orla Phelan. Referee says, and seen enough, hold it up. I'm going to throw the ball in. 5 minutes remaining. Who's going to Crow Park, Brian?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think. Offaly are up by 3, but I couldn't say they're gone. Definitely not.
Anything potentially could happen. Could that Mairead Tehan score be massive in the context of this? Sitting out on the edge of it is Malloy, but trying to take it away from her was Cathy Fogarty. Ball is picked up though by Amy Boyle. Flicks the ball out. Referee said it was a throw ball, and that could be massive in the context.
I think if Offaly do get another, I think if they get to 4, I think they'll see it out. I mean, we're looking at 5 minutes plus. There must be at least 3 or 4, I would suspect. Killian. But there's only a score in it. And if you've got Roisin McCormack on your team,
oh yes, anything can happen, as we know. Offaly though, massive performance from them. Lots of people would have said that because Antrim had played a lot of senior counties this year that they wouldn't be able to take the game to them. By God, they have and lived up here. But here's the woman that doesn't need to be on the ball from an Offaly point of view. Roisin McCormack, still going, strike! Never settled herself. She's looking for a free. I don't think she could be getting a free there.
No, I thought it was in the back of the net. I would change her marker. You've got to start, every time she gets it, it's like she's going to put it in the net.
So we see coming in for Offaly now, Quivo Dunham from the St. Killian's club. St. Killian's, of course, just on the edge of Burr.
Like for me, Offaly have to hope she doesn't get it. If she gets it, there's every chance she'll score.
Well, with the time that's left, are we heading for extra time? There has to be a winner on the day. Sharon Shanahan going back. Katrina Dobbin trying to rob her. Shanahan and Dobbin battling it out here down in the corner. Lovely bit of dancing going on. And Dobbin, of course, a champion All-Ireland dancer. But Shanahan is the one that went out this stage with the block. But I always feel a sideline ball down in this corner, Brian, sometimes can favour the attacking team here.
Yeah, well, I'll be watching here if anybody's within 10 metres after last Sunday.
Cracking encounter, the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Senior Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-finals. Antrim and Offaly. Offaly lead 116 to 210. That goal from Mairead Tehan could be massive. Here's her cousin Grace getting on the ball, popping the ball inside, looks like a throw, and it's going to be a free in.
No, referee, no, absolutely not. It was a clear hand pass. That's it. For me, Killian, a clear hand pass, never a throw. I think the referee has got that totally wrong, in my opinion. And it was right down here in front of us.
Well, a similar one happened literally only about 90 seconds ago, and Antrim were up in arms over it as well. Roisin McCormack being told by Mike Ryan she has to come back to just where the shadow is with the pitch here. She's stolen about another couple of feet. That could be vital in the context here of making it a 2-point game. But she's dropping it in. Roisin McCormack, ball is batted away. I would have thought there she should have put that ball over the bar, Brian. There's still time. Ball now, off the shoulder running here. Breaking out with it is Claude Lahi, knocking the ball down towards Grace Tehan. Coming out to try and win that ball, Quiva McNaughton. Ball is kept in play. Antrim defence, have they done enough? But there's good tackling there. Looked like illegally, said the referee. It remains 116 to 210 in the melting pot. Don't know where you call a player of the match in this, Brian.
No, I think we have to wait till it plays out because somebody could be a hero here.
Absolutely.
One way or the other. But I'm very surprised Roisin didn't put it over. It'd be
Yes.
interesting when they put up how much injury time. Because I would reckon there's at least about 4. And all about the scoreboard last week, but to me, she should have stuck that over unless she was told differently by the management.
Mightn't matter. Malloy is trying to get on this ball, but it's been swept away there by Shannon. Shannon has really been in the game in the last 10-15 minutes. Ball is won back though by Antrim. Then it's given away. And out come Offaly with it now. The heat is surely playing a factor in some of the decision making here. But it's Dooley trying to get this ball down into the corner now. Look at the tackling and hustling. 4 minutes, you call it dead on. 5 minutes of play then remaining. Who's going to Crow Park on the 10th of August? Offaly 116, Antrim 210. This has been a cracking semi-final. Ball is on the top of the football arc. And Mike, Ryan tells Joe Mullins, call a halt there and let's throw this ball in and give us all a breather. 19 points to 16. Ray Teen's goal after 36 minutes gave Offaly a 7-point lead. They were pinged back, but in fairness to them, Antrim haven't got ahead of them. 19 points to 16. Ball is knocked away. Not a great ball at all, and it gives an opportunity for Katrina Graham, who's had a quieter enough last 15 minutes to launch one down the field. Down it goes. Amy Byrne gets a stick up, knocks it away. Has she done enough? She has, I think. Kicks it on in another bit. Trying to get it over to the sideline. Race on. Ball is in there. Trying to win it and fight for it. All of them in there. It looks like Offaly might be able to get a hand on it. Comes out the back of the scrum, trying to get on it, Orla Phelan, trying to get in there and get a stick on it as well as Queeve O'Donovan. Queeve O'Donovan punched the ball into her hand illegally, and then she throws the ball, and she's lost about 13 metres or thereabouts. And now you would wonder, if McCormack had put that other one over the bar, Brian.
There's still 4 minutes, Kenny.
There's still put this over the bar.
Yeah. But I don't know whether she got a call or not. I mean, she's getting called out to take this now, so is she going to drop? She's surely not coming out to lob it in. You'd want her on the edge of the square.
She's asking Martin Coulter. Martin Coulter has told her over the bar we have 3 minutes, which probably should have been the message to her 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, Roisin with a chance to make it a 2-point game.
Yeah.
The last 2 shots she's had a goal. She's put both of them wide. This chance goes over the bar.
And Offaly goalie won't be in a hurry.
No. Into the 62nd minute.
A short book out either here, Killian.
Roisin McCormack has won 7 of Antrim's 211. Katrin Dobbin, Shanna Hegarty, Nicole McTammany and Erin Coulter are their other scorers.
Goalie needs to be a little bit careful here now. She doesn't take too much time.
Puck out then from, I have to say, a fine goalkeeper, Emer Reynolds. Ball has been won by McTammany. Malloy looking to pin this ball across now. Underneath of McCormack. That's it down to herself. Trying to get away from Shanahan. Playing it one-handed to Dobbin. Dobbin looking to spin inside. Held up. Going to have a shot off.
Over the bar.
It's gone. Over the bar, is it?
What, is he going to allow it?
I don't know. The umpire hasn't waved the jet.
He has the flag ready to.
It's a yellow card.
He's given the score.
Is he given the score?
I think so. Yeah, there we go.
Ball is over the bar.
Only 2 minutes, 1 point, Killian. Offaly have to get their hands. Whoever gets their hands on this ball.
Helter-skelter stuff here.
Has he gone short? I'm absolutely shocked they've gone short.
That should have been.
As far as you can hit it. You take all the guessing out of it.
Ball in. Good defensive play there by Aoife Liffey. Held away Katrin Dobbin. Ball down the wing. 116-212. 19 points to 18 in old money. Ball is over on the far side. Glen Dimplex, intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. If you're not watching, where the hell are you? This has been absolutely a cracking game. Ball is knocked down by Offaly. Anywhere will do. 60 seconds remaining. 1 point game.
A good foul. I have to be honest.
Puck out, or free taken by Katrina Graham. Over the far side. Ball hops up to McTammany. Delivering it long. Danger Woman is inside. Trying to get it. Offaly are there in numbers. Batted away. And it's going to be knocked out. The Antrim crowd not happy with. I didn't see a whole lot in it, I have to say. No, 2 players going for the ball. McTominay is all over. Ball trying to be taken out there. Kept in place somehow by Quevo Donovan. 30 seconds remaining. Antrim now need a point to level or a goal to win.
Oh.
Sideline cut. Will Joe Mullins give them time? 15 seconds remaining. Offaly 1:16. Antrim 2:12. Whoever gets their hand on the ball, it's Offaly's. You drive it as far as you can, Philippi. Over to the far side. We're now in whatever Joe Mullins decides to play. Last chance for Antrim. Ball is batted down. Malloy looking to come on to it.
Oh, McCormick has the ball.
It's McCormick looking to buy it free.
Can she get the shot away?
Cosgrave, ball is taken away. It's all over. Offaly are heading to Croke Park. What a game, Brian Murphy.
What a game, Killian. For me, the best game this year in senior. It may be intermediate, but to me, there hasn't been a game in the senior championship to match that. That was absolutely fantastic from both sets of teams. They can both be proud. Obviously, Antrim will be devastated. I thought Roisin had taken on herself, and you called it yourself, Killian. The free she had under the stand. But that was absolutely a credit to Camogie, and I think anybody watching in today was royally treated.
19 points stayed in, Brian. That start to the second half was ultimately the foundation for the win for Offaly, because they really did have to, go to the trenches in that last 10 minutes there.
Yeah, they did. They had to. But the 7 points, when they got the 7, Antrim clawed, but ultimately didn't get it back. Got it to 1, but didn't claw it back. It was 2 at half time. Antrim got it back to a point at the finish.
Antrim, many people's favourites, Brian. They give it their all, but they just made an Offaly team, I think, settled into the game better, got that half-time lead, and then got a start to the second half. They just, at key moments, they were the ones that were on top ultimately, I suppose.
They were ultimately. I thought over the course of the game, both sides half, I thought Antrim a bit too reliant on Roisin McCormick. Better spread of the scores from Offaly, and just all around, I think, probably just about deserved it. But what a match.
What a match indeed here.
Absolutely.
We'll be announcing our player of the match and everything coming from the pitch in the next couple of minutes, but Offaly are victorious here on a full-time score, 116 to 212. Don't go away. Right, do this. So, as you can see, Mairead and David O'Sullivan to be joining us in a moment. Mairead just going to get her Player of the Match award here, with thanks to Glen Dimplex and the Camogie Association. Congratulations and well done, Mairead. Describe that. That was a hugely exciting in the heat of this summer.
Yeah, it was some tough battle now, in fairness, but just absolutely delighted. It was such a team performance there, and like it means so much to be going up to Croke Park now in 4 weeks' time with Offaly, and just with those girls, they're such a fantastic team, and just proud to be part of it, and delighted. Do
you mind me saying that that's probably one of your best team performances of the last 18 months, I'd say?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, Antrim are a very, very good team. We knew that coming into it. They bet us by 2 points there at the beginning of the championship, and they're a very, very good team. And we knew we were going to be up against it, but we knew if we could. We knew if we could just get a performance and work as hard as we could, then we were going to be in with a chance. So just absolutely delighted. You're
after getting a great applause here from the Offaly crowd that have come down, Mairead. Your goal was key. Did you feel maybe it was just a kind of I know goals, the manager always told me a goal at any time can be massive, but just at that time you had a bit of momentum. It was huge ultimately in protecting then what you had at the end.
Yeah, I think so. Like, we got it. When we played them in the first round of the championship, they got ahead of us kind of just after half time, so we were very conscious of that and conscious of trying to get out and like that protect the lead we had going into half time. And I think in fairness it helped, but I was trying to make up for the one I missed in the first half. So but look at all the scores, and it was hard come by scores there today, so it was just great to get them.
Well, congratulations, Mairead, as our player of the match, and the best luck in the final. Thanks indeed for joining Mairead. And David is going to join us here now. David, congratulations to you. Describe that.
I don't know, can I? But we fully expected it. Like, we didn't come up here today to take part. We went to Antrim earlier in the season, and we're given far too much respect. And at one stage there were 11 points up on us, and I think within that game we had a decision to make. We were either going to fight or we were going to be annihilated, and maybe our season could have been in ruins after. Then in fairness, we got it back level that day, and I think the key was we pushed up 15 on 15 for the last 15 minutes in Antrim, and we knew when we did that, when we went that, then we could cause them trouble. We kind of went with a sweeper from the start, and it just didn't suit us because there are too many good hurlers that could outplay the sweeper and spray the ball left and right. And we took huge learnings from the game above in Antrim, and since the minute this draw was made, let me tell you, we knew we were going 15 on 15, and we drummed it into the girls all week that just win your individual battle. We're going one-on-one, and we know they're a fantastic side, but once we went one-on-one today and we won, I think, 9-10 positions, I think we were fully deserving. I don't think the scoreboard probably does us justice. Antrim hung in there at times, but I thought especially at the start of the second half, end of the first half, I thought we were really, really good, and we were the better team, and probably should have been out of sight really at half-time. Missed the penalty, went over the bar, and Mairead's shot was stopped, and we missed a couple of wides at the start, so we knew inside in the dressing room we'd left a lot behind us at half-time, but we just said it the second half, don't lose the second half by more than 2 points and we're in an All-Ireland final. Win it, draw it or lose it by a point, but just hang in there. And Mairead's goal was the perfect tonic, it just gave us that breathing room, and we always knew that onslaught was coming at the end, but just heart, resilience that hung on at the end, and thankfully we're in the final.
Can I just ask you, the throw-in is won by Antrim, but straight away I think it was young Lahey was in over it and just winning it. Like, it was a case of point that we had this lead, we're not just giving it up too easy, and you got a score and then rattled off a goal and 3 points.
Yeah, well look, we said in the dressing room before we left that we drove 5 hours up to Antrim and 8 weeks ago, and we watched them play the ball around us and we gave them far too much respect, and we just didn't get stuck in enough. And our whole win in the National League early in the year was based on our work rate and our fighting and our spirit, and we let ourselves down in that regard, and we had a point to prove today. Like, they were 11 from 11 coming here today. They were Division 1B champions, Ulster senior champions, and they hadn't lost a game all year, and they're a fantastic side, but we knew we had to man up today and we had to go physical with them and outwork them, and I think for large periods of that we did. I thought our defence was outrageous. I thought Sharon was a very close runner for player of the match. Amy Byrne had her hands full of Roisin McCormick, but did everything she possibly could, and Roisin Kinsella as well with Katie Malloy. I thought our defence and our goalkeeper was excellent as well. So, I think we just did what we had to do today, but they will need improvement, and whoever wins the second game, we'll see chinks of armour in our play, and hopefully we'll see chinks of armours in there, but thankfully we've 4 weeks now to fine-tune everything for a final.
But you're in the mix, David.
Yeah, and that's where we want it to be. Look, as I said to the girls inside, the National League is not the be all and end all. It was a bonus. This was our goal from the 3rd of November. Was we lost an All-Ireland semi-final last year. We felt what it was like to go into Thurles that day, and we left that behind us as well. We had too many wides in the first half against Cork last year, and we had 17 of that panel here today with a score to settle, and we got a lot of girls to come back in, and we had to settle a score in our own head, not just beat Antrim for what happened the last day, but physically in our own head know that we can do it. And we haven't been in Croke Park in 16 years, but I'm sure Sat-Nav will get us there.
Well done, David O'Sullivan. Fair play to you, giving us his views then on that victory. So Offaly are in the hunt for an All-Ireland title. They'll be in Croke Park on the 10th of August. Will you? Get your tickets on camogie.ie. Who will be joining Offaly on that big All-Ireland final day? Will it be Down? Will it be Kerry? They're all out here on the pitch at Seadrill St. Conleth's Park. Thankfully, the temperature seems to have dropped just that little bit, which might leave us open for an interesting and cracking encounter. Can it live up to the excitement of what we've just seen? Well, we'll wait and see over the next while. We're going to build up to it in the next 10 minutes or thereabouts. Don't go too far away though. And good afternoon to you. You're welcome to coverage of our second semi-final here in the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-final. It's down against Kerry, who will be in Crow Park on August the 10th. I've been joined by Dermot Kearney representing Kerry, and of course Fee Carr needs very little introduction representing Down. I'll start with you, Dermot, on the basis of Kerry, heading in the right direction the last couple of years. Clonmorris with an intermediate club success will be a senior team next year. This all bodes well. Kerry Camogie going in the right direction.
It does, I suppose, when you look at Kerry during the league, a change in management at a time where, it could have gone either way for Kerry. But no, look, they've kicked on since the championship has gotten underway. Fantastic results against the likes of Carlow and Kildare in the group stage, and obviously the win up and down. So, look, Kerry have plenty of momentum coming into this game, and I'm sure, look, they'll want to kick on, and obviously they'll have heartbreak from last year's semi-final defeat down in Thurles to Kilkenny, and have eyes on an All-Ireland final, and to get into an intermediate All-Ireland final would be a dream for the Kerry girls. So look, 60 minutes now to see what will happen, and I think it will be looking to be a positive one for Kerry.
And we saw what Hurt did to Offaly in the first semi-final, so maybe, and Kerry were probably closer in that semi-final to winning it than probably Offaly ultimately were against Cork, of course.
Yeah, I suppose, look, it went all the way down to extra time, I believe. It was right to the wire against Kilkenny, and it was just ultimate heartbreak at the end. So look, that'll fuel them on. That'll be something now that'll drive them on even at half time here, something that the lads can instill into them. I know they've two changes. The likes of Amy O'Sullivan is after coming in, and Roisin Quinn. So interesting to see what way those late changes now will impact the way they play today.
Right, Dermot, we'll let you go. Fee, thanks for joining me. Down a bit of hurt, obviously, from relegation and everything like that, looking to bounce back.
Yeah, looking to bounce back, but they've bounced back quite well. They're playing well, they have a good team together. Donald has come in, put together a good management team and put together a good panel again. It was a big thing in getting Sir Louise and Paula back this year. So I am quietly confident and here today.
Looking at it though as well, how important is that bit of experience, just having it back? Because you have obviously a number of players that have serious experience, but you've obviously got a new crew coming through as well. Bit of stability and that experience might help, surely.
You need a combination of both, to be honest. You need that youthful exuberance that go out and they play and they don't get overawed by the day or the experience, and then it comes in from Sir Louise and Paula, who have been there, done that. So whenever the pressure is on, or the game's in the melting pot, or you're a point down with 10 minutes to go, there's no panic. There's no abandonment of what you're trying to do. You're encouraging the girls around you, keeping their heads level, making sure they stick to the game plan, and then seeing it out at the end. Finally
then, with Antrim losing, people probably see now an opportunity here, do you not think?
I think the four teams are actually evenly matched. I know Antrim were probably favourites, they've great forwards, but anything can happen on any given day, especially when teams are competitively matched. I think Offaly, people probably underestimated them. They were a senior team for a number of years, the same as Antrim have been, the same as Down have been. So come today, I think Down should be slight favourites and should be confident in themselves, but Kerry are a very, very good team. They play very well together, and it's definitely one that hopefully the new children will enjoy.
Right, well, we'll see how it goes. Fee, thanks for joining me. Dermot Kearney as well. We're going to head back up to our commentary position and let's see how this thing works out. It's going to be Down, or is it going to be Kerry? We'll know in the next hour and 10 minutes. Rushed and everything. There you have it, our Naveen here, and we're ready to go at Federal St. Conleth's Park. Brian, are we going to see the excitement of the first game?
Well, it was warm when I got here, but I was roasting after that last match, Killian. That was just something else. Best game of camogie I've seen all year. And I think we could be in for another good game here. Certainly a close game between these two, I'm expecting.
2 changes for Kerry, number 17. Roisin Quinn of Killard is in for Anya O'Connor from Clonmorris, and number 20, that's Amy O'Sullivan of Clonmorris, is in for Causeways Ellen O'Donoghue. Down line out as selected, although I believe there's a change in the number 17 jersey that we'll attempt to find out. Just hearing that as we come up off the pitch, so about to get underway here just after 3 o'clock. Patrick Murphy from Carlow is the man in the middle, helped up by Carol Collins of Galway and Paul O'Neill of Antrim. Some girls going with the short sleeves, have the sleeves rolled up like a vest top here as we get ready to get things underway. John Madden, manager of Kerry, and Donal Nugent, manager of Down. And as we know already, victorious Offaly down below, cheering in their dressing room. 116 to 212 winners over Antrim, as Down adjudged there to have won a free, was it?
45.
45?
Yeah, she tackled her out over the end line. Fairly. Good work from the forward. Love to see that from your inside forward. Don't foul, don't give them an easy free out. Putting them out, now they got a 45.
Paula O'Hagan is the lady standing over the ball. She is a multiple winner with Down Camogie, of course. And with her club, Clonduff, picked up an injury and was missing against Meath, but she's back in harness. This will test how things have gone for Paula in the last couple of weeks. So standing on this 45 into the town end here of Newbridge. Puts that ball over the bar. Normal service resumed if you're Paula O'Hagan, Brian.
Yeah, great settler straight away over the black spot. That's what you'd like to see.
9 of today's starting team for Down won the All-Ireland Intermediate title in 2020. What a year that, of course, was. It was Antrim and Down in that All-Ireland final in Breffni Park on the 5th of December. Antrim won't be there, but Down have a chance still. Kerry looking to get to an inter-final, having won a Premier Junior, of course, in 2019. Ball down the far end, but good tackle there by Claire McGilligan, the joint captain. Claire from Clonduff, of course, a cousin of the Carrs. We spoke to one, Fee, and Sarah Louise, of course, is at number 11 now. Of course, Sarah Louise Graffin has been for a while, I suppose, at this stage, so I suppose we still might refer to as Carr, but we'll always have to call her Graffin from now on. And how important to have Sarah Louise Graffin and Paul O'Hagan being, as we heard from Fionnuala Carr for the game. Ball over the far side now, trying to find Saoirse Sands. Saoirse, who wasn't able to play in that All-Ireland final in 2020 because she was serving overseas with the Irish Army. But she is a fair hurler in her own right. She draws that foul, and another chance for Paul O'Hagan, who it seems to be Brian has started in the inside forward line.
Yeah, started wearing 9 but starting inside. More or less identical from where she hit the 45 for the first score of the game.
Yeah. She's actually going to get a couple of metres. Gorgeous day here. Temperature has probably changed a little bit from the height of the Offaly game. The umpires get the nod, and it's another point. And if she's in that kind of form, she'll be hard stopped, Brian.
Yeah, too sweetly struck. Never in doubt from the moment they've left the hurl. Great start.
The Offaly Antrim game had a similar start. There was an exchange of frees from the Tallies women on both teams. But Down looked like settled here very well. Antrim looked like they were a little bit out of sorts in the opening quarter. And it's down towards O'Hagan. All, of course, fitness fanatic, teacher and fitness instructor, owner of a gym. She's very prominent on the social media. But that ball was lost by Down and sent up the middle of the field, where trying to get on it there was Down's Blonnet Savage. Blonnet though looked like she was fouled, with the referee allowing the play to continue. Bit of shoulder to shoulder action, which I suppose we won't complain about, as Kerry looked to build out and get Patrice Diggin maybe on a ball. Patrice notes in the programme that she was inspired by Patrick Horgan. Patrick Horgan, of course, will be in an All-Ireland final again, looking to win his first All-Ireland senior title. Will Patrice Diggin be in Croke Park, looking to win her first All-Ireland intermediate title with her county? She's already won one, of course, with Clonmorris, and eventually a bit of silliness down towards the end line there. Patrick Murphy has called it back for a free in.
No, he's going to throw in on the 21, Killian.
So he obviously decided one was fouling and one was...
Yeah, half a dozen, the other. So decided to throw it in.
Easy option.
But great pressure from the down forwards, on the end line, not fouling, keeping the ball in there. Really, if you're on a day like today and you're a down back, that's what you want to see. Your forwards working that hard.
Hopefully you're enjoying the action then, as we have play here between Kerry and Down. You're live on the Camogie YouTube channel.
She's gone back out.
And again, it's Down that have recycled that ball well. Coming out to win this is Amy McAleenan. Amy, her striker, the ball in her own right. That ball is set back and over the bar. And Down are off to a flyer here, Brian.
Oh, they are. They've come out of the traps and they're flying to the first bend. That's a great score. Off her back foot, on the left. 45 yards out and straight over the black spot as well. 3 points over the black spot.
And the thumb heavily strapped by the looks of things as well for Amy McAleenan. But not stopping her playing here. Paul O'Hagan strikes off.
And again.
And sends it over the bar. And Kerry, Brian, they look a little bit dumbstruck here at the minute.
Well, we've had 4 shots from Down and they've all gone over the black spot, Killian. You couldn't dream of it last night. If you were driving down, you'd be thinking, you were dreaming of this last night. Brilliant start.
2 points in 40 seconds. Ball out. Kerry need to get her hands on the ball, and it's with Kate Lynch. Kate, send the ball across. Maybe needed to be more in a diagonal position rather than across the field, and Down have swallowed it up. And at the minute, Down are winning every battle out there. Ball is in the middle. Shout comes, and a lovely touch there by Beth Fitzpatrick. Her sister Cassie, of course, in goal. Beth, the joint captain from Clonduff, a very successful Down Camogie team, of course, and All-Ireland winning club as well. Ball is in the hands though of Sarah Murphy. Sarah was one of 7 or 8 by my count that were on the Premier Junior set up in 2019. Fair service to a county, Brian. Here you are, 6 years later, having won that All-Ireland Premier Junior and still putting on the colours.
Oh yeah, well obviously they're still good enough and they still have the love of it.
Loose ball from McAleenan, picked up by Niamh Lean. Lean giving it to Aoife Bean. Clonmorris, of course, well throughout this whole team. They have everyone from 1 to 8.
First time, Jackie Horgan.
And then they have 11, 12, 14 and 15. As that ball goes in at the far end, is that over the bar? The umpires thought about it.
Yeah. Jackie Horgan.
Who else?
Who else? Yeah. Kerry's main player, first time ball in her hand, great score. We haven't had a wide in 7 minutes. We've had 5 shots, 5 scores.
Yeah, good going at the minute as the luminous green ball drops out of the sky. Gorgeous surface here at Cathedral St. Conleth's Park. Good venue for these games. Great crowd in for the last. And in fairness, it might have thinned out a little bit, but there's still healthy crowd here for this clash between Down and Kerry, who will be playing Offaly in the All-Ireland final on the 10th of August. Don't forget that intermediate final at 3 o'clock on that day. Junior final at 1 o'clock.
Right.
As Amy O'Sullivan had that shot at the post, and that's gone out to the right and wide. 4 points to 1, first wide of the game. Amy, of course, starting this game in place of Ellen O'Donoghue. Roisin Quinn is in for Anya O'Connor. Cut there, O'Sullivan. Kerry needing to get on this ball here as that ball is popped by Dervla McGee. On the run, Beth Fitzpatrick down into the corner, Down full of running. Trying to get a hand on the ball here. Looked like push on the back there and the holding of Sophie McGrath, but McGrath gets it up. The mentor over on this side wondering what's going on. And eventually it's Sarah Louise Graffin diverting the ball over the far side, but probably expected Saoirse Sands to be a little bit closer to the sideline. Bit of a loose ball. And Kerry are able to build from the back. This is the Glen Dimplex Intermediate Camogie Championship All-Ireland semi-final between Down and Kerry. Offaly already in the final. Your tickets for the 10th of August available on camogie.ie. Here's a chance for Kerry maybe. Open up for Horgan, left behind and getting in there and taking it away. Blondet Savage has 2 Kerry players on her back. Has to be helped up by her full-back Dervla Coleman. Back it goes to cornerback Aoife McDowell, I should say, of Unreal. And up it comes up the wing, but it's a loose clearance and Kerry a chance out to build. Shot coming in from Diggin, is it? Dropping in and over the bar. And Kerry creeping back into this game, Brian.
Yeah, great score, off the shoulder, on the run. Really, really, really great standard. Both teams. Kerry beginning to settle now.
Cracking game we had in the first. 10 points to 1-5 at half time, and it ended up in victory for Offaly, 116 to 212. Some cracking saves, some cracking goals. And the goal that was scored by our player of the match, Maria Tehan, huge. Had a chance after 23 minutes that was saved by Katrina Graham. Another save to put down in her locker. She's made some great ones for Antrim over the last number of years and for her club as well. But Maria Tehan wasn't being denied in the second half, and that goal set Offaly underway. Give them a 7-point lead. It was whittled down to 1, but they're the ones that are heading to Croke Park. Who will be with them? Paul O'Hagan would love to be back there. She's been there with her club and her county. Paula gets a good strike on this and puts the ball over the bar. Paul O'Hagan, 11 minutes gone and she's 4 points, Brian.
Yeah, 45 on play and 2 frees, and she has her eye in straight over the black spot again. I mean, free taking has gone to a different level. I mean, Tehan for Offaly didn't miss one, and so far O'Hagan hasn't missed one.
Well, I always think O'Hagan was on at her level, was ahead of some of the others. Is keeping that ball well is Dervla McGee. Have to say, Brian, very impressed with the pushing from the offensive unit here of Down. They're putting Kerry under serious pressure.
Yeah, their forwards are working like backs. I mean, they're defending like backs from the front. Really, really good.
Down the wing again from Dervla McGee. Going to win the race at the sideline? No, it kept in somehow, and well played there, you'd have to say, by Patrice Diggin.
Yes, excellent.
Lisa said, big fan of Patrick Horgan. Oh, breaks in the middle. Bit of a clash with Jackie Horgan, but it's worked out there to Bet Fitzpatrick. Always seems to be in a bit of space, Brian. Good example of a centre back. Going to have her own shot. Think it's going to drop short, is it? Off the hurling over the bar. Bet Fitzpatrick is on the scoreboard.
They haven't hit a wide Down in the first 12 minutes. They've hit 6 scores.
They do have the breeze on their back, whatever is out there. It's not as strong as it was at the start of the first game, but it's out there. Trying to get forward. Paula Hagan, Sarah Louise Graffin, the 2 veterans of the team. I hope they won't mind me saying it, but they are giving the ball here to Amy McAleen down along the wing here. O'Hagan having to go after, but it's going to be won by Niamh Lean. Lean, her exit routes being held up by Niamh McGrath and Paul O'Hagan. But Patrick Murphy said it's going to be a free out.
Yeah, this time they fouled Down. Again, no need. And now she's broke her hurl to boot.
New hurley going in for McGrath. And as we said, even though a hot day, no plan for water breaks, there wasn't in the first game. And girls got on with it. Ball dropping down right on the 45. In the background you can see the Wicklow Mountains all the way to the Sugarloaf here. As well up on the outskirts of Dublin. As Kerry get on to this with the shot from their number 11, was it? Kate Lynch.
No, I'm not sure. And, I think it was. Number 11.
6 points to 3, yeah, the orange boots, yeah.
Yeah.
Kate Lynch finds the post there.
Oh, terrible puck out.
Terrible puck out. An opportunity. Amy O'Sullivan looking to get inside, trying to be held off by the down defender. And that, Aoife McDowell, I don't know whether she did that legitimately, all of it, Brian, but she stopped a certain opportunity.
She bailed her goalie out. Goalie overhit it. We saw that in the last match as well. No need. You're playing with the wind. I just don't understand it. Why they go short?
Ball going to be sent inside now. A chance. O'Hagan was coming in, sniffing on a chance. Are Kerry going to keep it in play? Just about. Paul O'Hagan now is all over the back here of Sarah Murphy. The referee says then that the ball has gone out. That's down, registered as downs first wide.
I mean, you're 6 points to 3 up. You're playing with a breeze. Why put things at risk? I just don't understand it there. Don't think we'll see her go short again, the down goalie.
Interesting to hear David O'Sullivan said in his interview after the game, Brian, about Offaly, that they had started maybe with sweepers and then they decided to go, in a situation very quickly. It wasn't their thing, and they went 15 on 15, even though he had said it all week that that's what they were going to do. And that seems to have, ultimately won them the game. They went and played to their own strengths. I'd be interested to see what these two teams do here. The ball's in the net. The ball's in the net. All the way across, and it was just lost by Cassie Fitzpatrick. I think she thought it was going over the bar. It came from the Kerry corner forward.
Yeah, it's a diagonal ball. As she's going for the point, the goalie's got caught off her line, backpedaling. It's gone in over her head into the far corner.
Yeah, it was so tight to that upright though, Brian, it was going to be hard to stop.
Fairly like the first game when Antrim got the goal, Killian. Same thing, 6-3, and all of a sudden you're level.
Yeah. I think it was Amy O'Sullivan that got it. So she is in, of course, into this game, Amy. And goal to her name then, a bit of fortuitous, but for all the work now that Down have done, Kerry are back in this game. And now, buoyed by that, maybe coming forward. Another ball inside, got to be careful here, Down. It's amazing what a goal can do, Brian, isn't it? All of a sudden players just making that extra yard and everything.
And again, Killian, like the first game, because Down are on top, they're kind of pushed up, which means at the back it's 2v2.
Yeah.
So when it does get turned over and come up, there's loads of space. And that was Kerry were nearly in there.
Kerry down there, happy enough with things, are they, at the minute?
Well, certainly after going 4-0 down, to be back to all square, you'd be very happy.
Cup football final in Croke Park is Kildare 113, Limerick 1-9.
Goal being given in some places to Shannon Collins, and just trying to verify that. I wasn't sure it was Shannon though in that direction. I think Amy had switched corners with her.
I think it was the 20, is it?
I think it was the 20, wasn't it?
Yeah, the 20, I think, on a cross ball.
It was the 20, yeah. No, I just see it in someone that's been given as. So, Amy O'Sullivan, thanks for that. Dermot, who's beside us here, was giving us a reaction before the game, thoughts on how it would go, and slow start from Kerry, but now, as we said, after everything, when it was all looked like it was fluid. A bit of a stoppage there as Aoife McDowell has attended to. Aoife, as I said, one of those crew that won in All Ireland in 2020. Down didn't go particularly well in the league, Brian, but it's come championship, things seem to have gone fairly well for them.
Yeah, they've been getting better game by game, Killian. Their performances and obviously results have improved. And they really started brilliantly here today. They're driving forward again here.
Yeah, it's Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, Kerry have tightened up in that central area in the opening.
Here we are, we've one-on-one inside.
10-12 minutes. Bet was getting an awful lot of freedom up the middle. But Dervla McGee has become key in this game. All of a sudden, got a strike from distance, Dervla. Ball to nothing. Just out by that left hand upright. Maybe not the option to take at that moment. ball broken away there by McDowell towards McGee. McGee diverts the ball now. Asking a lot here now of Sophie McGrath to get to this one. It hits the deck and keeps going. That's 2 balls out from Dervin McGee. Ended up being wides, Brian. Better use of position.
Yeah, better use. I mean, obviously the conditions, you know, they're playing with a bit of a breeze. Fast conditions. They're just over hitting the pass. Oh, great take. Brilliant.
Good play with Kerry now, digging on a bit of an overlap here. Going to have a shot from distance. Will it carry? It's going out to the left. It's batted away. Had to be batted away by Cassie Fitzpatrick. It was just dropping on the edge of her square there. Kerry looking to get going again. Here's Amy O'Sullivan. She couldn't lob the keeper again, could she? It's gone out to the left and wide.
Oh, but they're lively in there. They're lively when it goes in. You know, they're getting on ball.
Have Down gone back into their shell a bit, Brian, or have Kerry just stepped it up a bit?
I think Kerry have stepped it up a bit. And there again, we see another short hook out from Down that's gone astray. He's not blowing it. There you go. That should have been a free in for Kerry. The ball didn't travel. The player wasn't 10 metres from the ball there.
Blonde Savage knocking it. It's picked up by Kerry, and all of a sudden the ball is dried up going into the inside forward line for Down. It's started to become a bit tighter around the middle. Sarah Louise Graffin, maybe she'd deliver one. Diagonal high ball over to this side of the field now, expecting Sands to be able to get to it. Ball is on the deck and looking to turn inside Sophie McGrath. Ball blocked down, and blocked down very well there by Niamh Lean. Combination of players are able to get the ball away. Kerry growing into this game, having been 4-0 down. Ball over towards Horgan. Lovely take on the move here. Looking to step inside. Held up one way, held up the other, and then a bit of a chop across her hand. And I'd say Patrick Murphy going for a yellow card here. Claire McGilligan, is it?
She's got her around the head, but look, it's a yellow, but I don't think it's a red. Be interesting to see what happens. He's going to the linesman.
Going to the linesman.
And they're having a chat.
Yeah, having a chat.
You know, is he going to say it's around the head, Killian? I think it'd be very harsh. Or maybe he just wants a drop of water. Gavin Donegan.
Maybe, but I definitely thought I saw Claire McGilligan come down a bit hard on the hand. But Jackie Horgan is up anyway, and he's thinking no more about it.
No.
Definitely the way he stopped play, I thought we were going to see something more.
See some sort of a card.
No. So, chance.
Great
right,
score.
that is a fine point. Well, Patrice Diggin has that in her locker, Brian. We know it for years. Yeah. It's her second point, and it puts Kerry in front for the first time. McAleenan looking to knock a ball in the corner. It's the first time now Down have got up this area in the last few minutes, trying to get onto these Sands. Lost the ball, Hurley, everything.
3 out. She no hurl, she just played the corner back. 3 out.
So, what's changed, Brian? The goal has obviously helped, but...
Well, the goal's obviously helped. I mean, but they were getting back into it from 4-0 to 4-2. The goal is one of them, we see it over and over, Camogie. Goalkeepers really have to be on their line. No need.
But just the fluidity of Down, it just seems... Maybe it's because Kerry have stepped up, but Down were moving so well in that opening 10 minutes, and it's... Now they're chasing the game a little bit as McAleenan diverts the ball across. Sarah Louise Graffin, good strong run from her. Looks to take it on the run. Loses her boot, but gets the ball across. Still maybe something for Sands to keep trucking on over there. Not being
going to get there
up on it. And she did get there. Two Kerry players went to her. O'Hagan, 20 metres out. She looked at playing this low ball in.
Over the bar.
Paul O'Hagan.
She just needs to look at the posts and it goes over.
Yeah, Paula.
Another 5, is it?
Yeah.
5 of Down 7.
Didn't score since the 11th minute, but she's a danger woman. And she kind of has this kind of baseball trajectory, I find sometimes, Brian, that can be a bit deceiving it goes with so much pace. And carries over the bar. So level game, 7 points to 1-4. It's the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Senior Camogie Championship second semi-final. Offaly in the final on the 10th of August. 24 minutes gone here at Cedral St. Conlon's Park. Bit of a high, yes. Sarah Murphy, a little bit high there on Niamh McGrath.
And again, needless foul. She's going towards the sideline, away from the goal, hurl around her neck, free in. And here we Paul O'Hagan again.
Both girls, sets of girls, as you can imagine, just into the heat and everything that's out there. Glorious day across the whole country. Kerry, of course, ran Kilkenny to extra time in a cracking intermediate semi-final down in Thurles last year. Bit of hurt from that as they come on here against Down relegated from senior last year. Strike off from O'Hagan, and it's her first miss. It was tight, but it's her first. Sorry, second actually.
Yeah.
Just looking at my notes.
She just dragged it.
Looking to see if Kerry are going to go short, but they elect to go far side, but it's out over the line, and that'll tell you about the pressure that maybe Down were putting on that high up. Silent cut to be taken over there. Looking for a bit of movement in towards Graffin. One-handed, she gets it up. Well done by Sarah Louise Graffin. Knocking this ball in. Dangerous enough ball now. Control on the end of the hurl. Knocked away nearly. Don't know whether there was a whole lot now in that, Brian. Two players.
No, I think she's been tight to go for the ball. The goalie hadn't got it under control. Balanced it on her hurl. Hadn't the ball in her hand. I think she was more than tight to tackle her. As they say. My father would say in the old days, the goalie and all would end up in the net there, nothing would be said, but not these days.
But the referee has gone into the umpires suggesting that maybe there was a slap. There was no...
No, not that I could see.
It was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah, shoulder to shoulder for me.
Incredibly harsh if there was anything, and I don't think there's going to be, but I still think play could have been allowed to continue there, but it is what it is. It is the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship, and he is going to book the Down player. And I don't know about that, Brian. Anyway,
no.
Saoirse Sands very unlucky to be picking up a card here at all. And that's what she's given. I saw no slap of a hurley. I saw shoulder to shoulder contact, all right.
Yeah. There was
and a fair enough challenge.
A free out is all the most it could be.
Anyways, it's 7-1-4. 3 minutes to go. We saw Offaly at this moment in the first game make a burst that saw them lead by 2 points at half time, having played with the wind. And they came out then and lorded the first 10-12 minutes of the second half that ultimately set them up for their victory. Bit of a scrum forms of the first real one of this game. Getting a bit tetchy now as Patrick Murphy decides, come on, let's get somebody in here in the middle, and it's eventually broken away by Aoife Bean. Very experienced Clonmorris and Kerry player, but Down read it there, and again, chance for Fitzpatrick to send it long. Looking for Sands. Sands, oh, lovely take by Sands. Here's a shout from O'Hagan. Dropped it, has to spin around two Kerry players and the referee. Back to Graffin. Graffin loses it. Tried to get it one touch back. Gets a knock on it and tries to get it forward for O'Hagan. O'Hagan trying to get in there on top of the Kerry player to get the ball loose. And that pressure forces the sideline. But Down could have done that a little bit cleaner.
They could have, yeah, but their two veterans really put the pressure on there. Have forced the sideline ball.
Ball on the line, looking for the cut that's going to come from Derval Savage. Down players end up on the ground, and there's a broken hurley of Orla McCusker as well, as she tried to block Patrice Diggins' ball. Linesman is saying it's a Down ball. Diggin is saying it's a Kerry ball. As some of the Antrim players come back out. Sandwiches in store as well, before they begin their bus trip home. Obvious disappointment, I would imagine, from them. Another year at intermediate. Ball is in the hand of Ruth O'Connor. Down along the wing, 1 minute left, and it's a shot off from Amy O'Sullivan. But it's, Fitzpatrick leaves it behind her. Got to be careful with Horgan lurking in there. And plays the ball eventually out. Driving out here with an out, Bet Fitzpatrick. Down along the wing it goes, looking for O'Hagan maybe to get a touch, but it's well read by Kerry's defensive unit there. And looking to knock this ball out. Will someone get the lead going in at half time? Kerry look like they have the numbers here now to chase forward. Down chasing a bit of shadows. Ball is knocking forward. Chance for Kerry to go back in front off the upright. Ball bounces back into play. Down defence are all over it. Kerry need to react. It's all a little bit too close and uncomfortable there. Kerry have won it back, have they? They have. Playing the ball back in field. 3 minutes of additional time to be played. Down have it in the control of Dervin McGee. Comes out with it.
Additional time, I believe, 3 minutes.
They're getting over the top of it here now. Might work out. Sands was trying to get it on the way there to McGrath. In there as well, trying to disrupt it is Niamh McGrath. Should distinguish between the two. One is Sophie, she's 13, Niamh is 14. Shot coming in from Aoife Bean, dropping it in on the edge of the square. Ball is knocked down. Down the fencer there, but left it behind him a little bit. Kerry all over it here. Trying to get in there, Amy O'Sullivan, the goal scorer. Looked like an illegal push away there by Jackie Horgan.
She used all of her strength. For me, she was just more physical.
But the ball is over the bar from Jackie Horgan, and it puts them in a lead that they still have to protect for 2 minutes if they want to go in ahead at half time here. Still 2 minutes of time to be played under Patrick Murphy. Loose ball, and some of Down's play has got a bit fractious now, Brian, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to think they were 4 points up, I think, after about 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, they've struggled since then.
Amy McAleenan got that point after 6 minutes. They got 2 in the space of 40 seconds. Hot potato for Niamh McGrath, but she eventually gets it on her hold. Looked like Sarah Murphy. Got to be careful. Put the ball across, but she knocked it out of the grasp of Niamh McGrath. It's the other McGrath, Sophie, trying to find Paul O'Hagan, the chief scorer for Down, trying to play a little bit of a jig with the Kerry defence there. Trying to get onto it is Orla McCusker. Back she goes, and that's the problem for Down, but maybe the shot from McAleenan.
Yep, over the bar. Over the bar.
Yeah, it's over the bar. That's
well recycled by Down. Out the back door and over the bar.
Their first point since the 24th minute, and it's only their second point since the 11th. That's how clean and crisp Down were in the opening, or sorry, to the 13th. That's how clean and crisp they were. So they scored more points in the opening 11 than they have in the last 14. And here comes McGee. She's been a huge powerhouse. She's got to use the ball on the scoreboard a bit better, and she has, Dervla McGee.
Oh yeah. Real athlete, Killian, you know. I mean, the minute she gets every ball, her first thought is drive forward. And that was just an exceptional score.
But she's been guilty of 2 bad wides, I would have said, but she got that one right on the meat, and it's over the bar. And all of a sudden, when it looked like Kerry were going to have a lead going in, it's now down the lead, 9 points to 1-5. A similar scoreline to the first game. It was 10-1-5. Offaly went in at half time. It's 9-1-5 here, and there's just 15 seconds remaining. O'Hagan getting out in front there of Michelle Costello, coming back onto her right hand side. Not a great connection, wouldn't be her strongest side. Looking to play the ball down along the wing. Chance gonna big in, but it's as similar as to the first game. It's to and fro. A goal changed things. Then the team that conceded the goal came back into it, and it's down that lead at half time. Tell us, Brian Murphy, how has that first half gone?
Well, the first half is seeds on. For the first 10 minutes, all down. Then it became Kerry. Lucky goal, you would say, brought them back into it, put them ahead. Looked like they were kicking on, and then Down have come again. I mean, we've had obviously a brilliant game. The first game, it was 2 points at half time. This is 1 point. We thought of coming here today, these were 50-50 calls. And this is a 50-50 call now as well to who goes on and wins here today.
Yeah, quite tight out there on the field of play as we head in for the half-time break here. If you're Managers, what are you thinking, Brian? Like, what are you saying? Kerry can't start as sluggish again, or the game might be gone from them if they were in the opening quarter of the second half.
Yeah, well, obviously, you know, they had 4 points before they woke up. They gave away a 45 and a free right at the start of an All-Ireland semi-final. Yes, you want to be strong. Yes, you want to be physical. But you can't do stupid things because, it comes down to small margins. It was a point in the first game. Last week's, one of the senior games went to extra time. Small things, them 1% managers will be talking about. Limit the mistakes, take your opportunities.
Limit mistakes, take opportunities. The word from Brian Brophy here then. It's down that are in front at half time in this Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship second semi-final. Offaly are already in the final. Who will be joining them? Well, it's the girls from the Mourns that look like they're in that position at the moment. But as we saw in the first game, anything can happen in this second half. So here at half time, Downer in front. Stick around, rejoin us shortly. 30 minutes of action still to come. Down 9, Kerry 1-5. Welcome back. As you hear David Bowie in the background here at Sidrel St. Conleth's Park in Newbridge for the second half. What a cracking Saturday afternoon of action we've had here as we try to qualify teams for the All-Ireland final on the 10th of August. Don't forget, your tickets are camogie.ie. Premier Junior final at 1 o'clock. Those semi-finals are next weekend in Kingspan Breffni Park, and they will be streamed. And then you have the intermediate final, which will be between Offaly and one of these two. And then the senior final with the semi-finals to take place in UPMC Nolan Park on this day fortnight. That'll be at 5:15. So Kerry have won the free-in from that throw-in at the start. They will attack the town end, the Kilcullen end as it's known here, down to my right. They will be protecting that end. Sun's starting to creep a little bit further in as Diggin knocks this ball in just over the bar, levels things up, and Patrice Diggin gets us up and firing for this second half. Now, we saw the team that got the start of the second half in the first game ultimately went on and won. We'll see what happens from here. 9 points to 1-6 on the ball. Blonid Savage. Patrice Diggin with her third point. Sarah Louise Graffin gets this ball and knocks it along the ground now over in the direction of Sophie McGrath. Ball is taken away from her though, and Kerry seem to have worked out the down forward plan at the minute. They're getting on more ball anyway, and Diggin moves it towards Amy O'Sullivan. Referee spotted a foul off the ball, and it's going to be a down free. That can be, of course, the player that's fouled can take it over hand. And that's moved by Beth Fitzpatrick over here to this side of the field, where trying to get on it is Amy McAleenan. Amy got 2 fine scores in that first half, including one just before half time that ultimately gave down the lead. Graffin trying to hold up the progress there of the Kerry defenders coming out, and eventually it's centre back Niamh Lean pops the ball, but it's the other number 6 that picks it up. First quarter, I thought she had a huge amount of space, Beth Fitzpatrick, but got a little bit more difficult in that second quarter as getting on this ball now is Aoife Bean, giving it back, and the pass is knocked long. What a bit of skill I thought it was going to be for Shannon Collins, but she carried it out over the line, and it's a sideline cut for down. Match referee Patrick Murphy being helped out by Carol Collins of Galway, who's here on this side now for the second half, and Paul O'Neill of Antrim over on the far side. Looks like it's Gavin Dunnigan, if I'm right, is on the sideline here as fourth official, as that ball is with Diggin, giving it an interchange of passes there, and it's Patrice Diggin got 2 in a row. She has, and you would feel, Brian, she's one player. If Kerry are to win this, they need her on firing on all cylinders, don't they?
Yeah, well, she certainly is the second half. She's after powering through there again, straight over the bar. That's 2 in a row, 2 great scores.
Yeah, and a perfect start. 9 points down, 1-7. Don't forget, down led after 7 minutes by 4 points to no score. Down here now with Blonid Savage. Down along the wing it goes, looking for Paula O'Hagan. Paula looked like when she was going in here at half time, she was carrying her leg a little bit. So I'll be interested to see how it works out for her. But holds off the attentions there and has a fired shot across the goal. It's out to the left and wide. Chance gone a begging. Down just struggling a bit, Brian, to get a bit of forward movement. You know, the reliance a bit on O'Hagan and Graffin maybe to get things moving, aren't they?
They do, yeah. They don't seem to have that inside forward that, say, like Offaly and Teen had McCormack for Antrim, or Jackie Horgan here on the other side for Kerry. Kerry have started, like Down started the first half.
In Limerick was Cork 1 goal and 8 points, Galway 1 goal and 11 points. That was the under-23.
Galway winning the under-23. If you can hear there in the background, we were just looking for confirmation of score. Galway won 11, Cork won 8. And that probably a bit of a turn for the books.
Yeah, I think everybody in the country would see that as a shock. Cork 23s had been beaten now before them. They did play Harlan Mullins against Wexford, which cup-tied her, if you like, or she couldn't play. So, yeah, look, well done to Galway.
Galway victorious then in that under-23 championship. Down were victorious at the C level, and they're here trying to get their senior team into the intermediate decider in Crow Park, and they have a chance here to level things up with a free right in front of the post on the 45-metre line that Paul O'Hagan will stand over. Of course, the B title went the way of Dublin. So A champions Galway, B champions Dublin, C champions down at under 23 level. Interesting to see the shape and format of that competition next year. As Paul O'Hagan stands over this on the 45-metre line, has a strike toward that left-hand upright. The umpire says it's over the bar.
I think, like all things, Killian, I mean, it's the first year and you're going to have teething problems, but for me, it should be under 21. I think there's no doubt about it. And I think it would have the makings of a very good competition going forward.
Paul O'Hagan with her third free. She has a 45 and 2 from play as well in this game. So she's 6 of Down's 10, and here she is getting in on top of this ball now. She's had to get control of it, bounced it to herself, and then it eventually went its way out to the full forward McGrath. That's Niamh McGrath, point and over the bar, and a good bit of play there by O'Hagan, you'd have to say.
Yeah, and again, because Kerry have had more of the ball, there's more space in the down forward line than there was in the first half. They 2 against 2 there. They worked it well together. O'Hagan back to McGrath over the bar.
Looks like Tara Monan is about to come in. Just looking to get the paper slips written up as Down maybe bite on now by that fact that they've hit 2 scores on the bounce. Play this ball in the direction of Sophie McGrath, but it's lost, and the Down and Kerry player dancing with each other, and ball was already on the move somewhere else. Ball goes backwards now. But there's been some good skill, Brian. Do you not feel it's a little bit pedestrian to the first game?
Yes, I'd say it's probably just about a notch down, but the efficiency of both teams has been very good. I mean, the shooting and the score taken. I mean, we've 11 points to 1-7, and we've only played 36 minutes, you know. Both teams have taken the chances that they've had.
Ball in here towards Amy O'Sullivan. I got that fortuitous goal, and that's what keeps Kerry in touch in this game, and at one stage had them in front as Horgan tries to battle on here now with a chance. Anne-Marie Lean as well. O'Sullivan is inside, referee is calling a free. Horgan is telling him, should you not be looking at a penalty? But
I think he'd already blown.
Waiting to see what decision now is going to be made, because he was allowing I think he's telling Jackie Horgan he was playing advantage. So my awareness of the rule, Brian, is that it goes back, doesn't it?
It goes back, yeah. It goes back to the original.
Yellow card for the Down player. Now, I have to say I don't always agree with that, because I think if a worse foul is committed in the advantage, surely...
I had it years ago going back in Gaelic football in the Féile, where we needed a 2 points down.
He's given the penalty.
Oh, he's given the penalty?
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fair enough, because I do think there was a foul committed in the
we'd have to see
large
had he his
parallelogram,
or not.
but I'd have to go back. Was the advantage gone?
Was the advantage gone?
Yeah.
And here we go again. Will we see a penalty scored? Will we even see the player go for it?
So it's Patrice Diggin, I'd imagine. Just waiting for the attentions there for Anne-Marie Lean. So it is a penalty has been given. No one remonstrated or anything like that, and there was a card given.
No, he's having a talk with his umpires. Doesn't look like. Did you see a yellow card? Surely it's a yellow card if it's a penalty, Killian.
Oh, he gave a card?
He gave the card.
Yeah, he gave the card. And then he went and decided to give the penalty.
Right.
Was a heavy enough challenge, I have to say, on the Kerry forward.
I suppose with all the controversy last week, did he blow the whistle though before? I don't know.
Substitution on the down team. Number 20, Tara Moran, replaces number 13, Sophie McGrath.
Waiting on the Kerry player to be up at Sophie McGrath. That has been called ashore there from Ballycran with 39 minutes gone, and it is Tara Monan from Ballygalget that's in.
Here we go.
Here we go. Patrice Diggin up against Cassie Fitzpatrick.
A point down.
Linesman watching everyone's feet and where to move. Diggin going to have a strike.
Oh, great goal.
Great goal. No question about it. Patrice Diggin.
Across her body, low into the corner, into the right-hand corner. I think that's the first time, is it? Kerry got 2 points up. Maybe they were in the first half as well. I'm not.
Yeah, but the
sure.
power that was behind that, Brian, was key as well.
It was brilliantly struck.
And here come Kerry now. Will they be able to kick on from this? They're getting away here, and it looks like it's
wide.
O'Connor and have a strike, and it's gone out to the right and wide.
Really should have been a score. Got to be putting them over.
Is that an open play wide, or is it a score wide?
I will have to ask the statisticians. They'd be the experts on that.
Learn a new term here. Every day is a school day, as I always say.
Yeah.
Thanks, Danny. As the ball is played down into the corner. Jackie Horgan trying to get this out ahead of Claire McGilligan. McGilligan, the joint captain of this team, but Jackie Horgan is going to be hard stop. Horgan! That could be game over now, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely cardinal sin by the down full back. You cannot let her inside. Once the ball went, you get your body goal side and you send her out. She let her in along the end line, and it was only going to be one result after that.
Use the end line as an extra defender, isn't that what I was always told?
Yes,
anyway?
Yeah.
3-7 to 11 points. Down have a mountain to climb now. Having looked so comfortable in the opening 8 to 10 minutes. Having to be driven on now by their joint captain, Beth Fitzpatrick. And she's gone on a bit of a run. And she's leaving Kerry for dust. Top of the D, bang it straight up and over. No, ball is falling short. Getting in is the substitute. Ball is knocked loose. Goalkeeper's got to be careful here in dealing with it. It's gone out over the end line.
45.
That would have went anywhere by the looks of things, Brian.
It could have been an immediate response. I thought we were going to get another penalty. I thought they were going to drag her down, but great defending from Kerry. They managed to smother her, and it's gone out now for a 45. And actually, you know, this is a big one for Paula, because they need to answer now, or this could run away from them.
Down with a bit of hassle back here. It looks like it's their goalkeeper that's getting a bit of attention. Standing over this free is Paul O'Hagan. Down need an immediate response here to make this anyway, to relieve some of the pressure. But they've conceded 2 goals in 50 seconds. One from a penalty, and then the resultant puck out was returned, and Jackie Horgan came in along the end line, put over the bar. O'Hagan is keeping the beat alive here for Down at the minute.
And goalie is still getting attended to here, and the game looks like it's
no one's called.
No one's
called the referee to it.
I mean, she's not in the goal. The ball's poked out here, and the physio still on the field with the goalkeeper.
So sorting things out here now at the minute. Hurley's on the ground. It's actually cornerback. I thought it was the goalkeeper because I couldn't see Cassie Fitzpatrick. It was Claire McGilligan. Anyway, we're up and running. She had to be sorted out. Now Down have to come out and fight here a little bit, and that's a fair strike if it goes over, but it's gone out to the left and wide there from Saoirse Sands.
No, too far out, Saoirse. Really needed to take the ball on or let it inside.
Change now for Kerry. Number 10 is coming in. Kate Lynch called off after a fine score in the first half. 43 minutes gone. Ellen O'Donoghue, who was down to start, was replaced by Amy O'Sullivan from Causeway. Ellen is in place of Clonmorris's Kate Lynch. What answer have Down got? Kerry now with 2 goals in a minute have all the answers, it would seem. Ball is on the edge of the square. Dangerous one in there dropping. And McGrath was trying to get in there. Niamh McGrath, but it was batted away. Down coming searching again. Saoirse Sands loses the ball. Kerry need to mind the house a little bit. They do have a 4-point lead, but just don't need to cough up a simple goal here. Ball across the field. Bounces, gets a huge bounce off the surface and out for a sideline ball that Dervin McGee is standing over. Down need a response. Only have 3 points in this second half. Kerry have come out and scored 2-2. It's a game, as I said, that was pedestrian pace somewhat. Starting to liven up now again as Roisin Quinn plays the ball over towards Amy O'Sullivan. They were the 2 changes for Kerry at the start of this game. Down lined out as selected, but changes have been made on both teams. Tara Moonan in now for Sophie McGrath after 39 minutes, and coming in after 43, Ellen O'Donoghue for Kate Lynch. Here comes another chance for Kerry. Going to have a strike off. It's over the bar.
Age again.
Kerry all of a sudden just finding gaps, plenty of gaps back there. And Down have got to be seriously careful here. Ball out to the middle. And taken on here by Sarah Louise Graffin. Graffin, the veteran of many a campaign with Down. Looking to charge forward now. Giving it here to Amy McAleenan. Got to find 2 points. McAleenan going forward, knocking this ball over the bar. And this could be a shootout now, Brian, the way things are going.
Yeah. Again, hugely entertaining game. We've been treated to 2 great games at Camogie here today.
So 3-8 to 13, but it's still a 4-point lead for Kerry. And tight enough tussle on the line again, and it seems the goals have woken up Down a little bit, Brian.
Yeah, they've got to answer now.
Players lining up one another on the ground. Ball is moving on, trying to get back into play. Arms being held and all sorts of physical encounters going on.
What a hook from
The
Paula.
ball is inside. Down had numbers there, but Kerry looked like they've dealt with it. O'Hagan getting a touch on it, somehow has it in her hand. I don't know how she did that, Brian.
I don't know how she did that either, Killian.
Trying to play it forward there, one-handed was Ellen O'Donoghue. So 3-8 to 13 points.
It's a given. Throw ball.
Throw ball, it looks like it's going to be.
Looks like a free in. Looks like a free in, Killian.
Yeah, ball is.
Another chance for
eventually
Paul
a decision.
O'Hagan, yes.
Yeah, this will make it a 1-score game. She puts this over the bar. Trying to distract her there a little bit was Caoimhe Spillane. But Down just really have struggled to get to the pitch. Look like they're going to make a change here. Kerry. And water being given.
Missed the lift.
As the ball is dropped in. Not a great connection from Paul O'Hagan at all, but it might still work out. Trying to get up there, Moonan to get on this ball. Gives it to O'Hagan on the end of her hurl. Does good skill to keep it in possession. Tries to find Sarah Louise Graffin. What a take by Graffin. Looking to get inside the football arc. Now she's on the top of the D. Being urged on by the Down crowd. Settles on this and puts it over the bar. Good score by Sarah Louise Graffin. She turned it into something because it was a bit of a hospital pass.
Yeah, I would have liked to see her go on with it, Killian. I think she could have went right for the jugular there. Brilliant take, and we're back to a goal. These games, it seems to be who has the momentum at the right time. It's just going back and forward.
So the swap of the sub at the start has been swapped back. Then Roisin Quinn called ashore. Amy O'Connor, Anya O'Connor, sorry, Clamorris is on now. As getting on the ball since the 2 goals now. Down have struck back with a couple of points. Amy McAleen and Sarah Louise Graffin making it 3-8 to 14 points. On the ball now is Amy McAleen. Down into the corner it goes. Down in front of their man and player here. Picked up well. Sands, oh, this would be audacious. The ball is into the hand of Aoife Fitzgerald. Down have pushed some of their scoring chances, Brian, haven't they? They've been just outside their reach a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you say at least make it go dead. They've dropped a couple short now.
Hassel and Harry and everything going on here. 4 Down players in or against 2 Kerry players. A couple of Kerry players a bit slow to get going, and it's Diggin that's coming out. Charge it forward. Advantage being given. Patrice Diggin using some of her nuance there, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, she's been the driving force the second half, right at the start of the second half for Kerry. She 2 points. And here she is again now. When the game's in the melting pot, she's driving them on again. For me, the most influential player on the Kerry team today. And she's after stealing about 10 yards, the linesman has her. He's like, come back here.
So Patrice Diggin right in line with Brian Brophy here as we're between the 45 and 65 at the town end of Cedral Park, in St. Conleth's Park here in Newbridge, as Diggin hits it towards those goalposts with the wind behind her, puts the ball over the bar.
Right-handed TJ Reid style, a free taken, and as effective as the great man. Straight over the bar.
Number 3, Sarah Murphy.
So into the 58 minutes, Sarah Murphy has been called ashore and she's been replaced by Emma Conway. Sharon Collins.
Oh, what a take.
Not 3, Sarah Murphy. Shannon Collins has been
Look at the
called
pace.
ashore.
Absolutely.
Ball is on the far end of the field now. It's McGee giving it off here now. Opportunity, Monan going to have a strike. Save. Good save by Aoife Fitzgerald at a vital moment. I don't think you tap that one over the bar. You go for that if you're a corner forward. Graffin pirouettes well over the attention there. Referee says she's overplayed it. Chance gone a begging. I think you have to take the shot there, Brian, but a good save by Fitzgerald.
Oh yeah, great move by Down, right up the field. I thought that was going to be Nestlin. Great save in the goal from Kerry.
Just check with Dermot here. I think 1-6 for Patrice Deegan, if I'm memory. Am I going right? 1-6, yeah. Of the 3-9. So 14 points down, 3-9. Goals win games, they say. Well, we saw in the first game, Offaly only got 1 and they came up by a point in the end. So don't know if that analogy works today, but you feel if Down are to win this game, they're going to have to get a goal, Brian, aren't they?
Yes. I think most definitely they haven't raised the green flag, and I think if they want to get the Crow Park, they're going to have to.
Yeah, and they struggled to get goals. They got 2 against Kildare, got 1 against Carlow, didn't score a goal against Kerry.
Well, last week we had
and then got 2 against Meath, all right.
We Tipperary with 24 scores, beating Kilkenny, who had 30 scores, and at the moment down at 14. Kerry have 12, but Kerry have 3 of them are goals.
Yeah, 3 of them are goals.
The old saying of goals win matches.
Goals win matches, yeah, that's it.
In both cases, could be true. So I think somewhere along the line, I don't see Down getting enough points in the last 10 minutes.
To let you know, if you're a football fan, Kildare are the Tailteann Cup victors, 124 to 219. Seems to be a cracking game in Crow Park, not a whole lot between those sides, as was kind of predicted during the week. But Kildare have silverware coming back, and I would imagine this town will be hopping later on tonight. But who will be joining Offaly in Crow Park on the 10th of August? Will it be Kerry? Will it be Down? At the minute, it's going to be a clash of Kerry and Offaly. Referee not happy there with some of the Kerry chat.
Bringing it in.
And he's brought it in. But Brian, Down need everything now. You know, this is like you're 4 points down, you need everything to start going right for you.
Still silly from Kerry because brings it in, gets the score, brings it to a 1-score game.
Yeah.
Just, if you're the management, again, you're kind of saying, girls, just get on with it.
Grace Cunningham getting ready from Mayo Bridge to come in, it looks like, for Down. As Paul O'Hagan stands over this, gets a low strike and it batting it in. Ball is on the edge of the square. To the last 2 frees from O'Hagan haven't gone to plan unless she was planning dropping that in. And they've been cleared. When you look at maybe Brian 2 scores and it's a different game again. Trying to battle for it over there now, Dervin McGee. Lots of scope for Kerry to try and get on this ball. The ball is coming out of the back of the ruck, but Down trying to get in over it as well, and Patrick Murphy decides he's going to throw this ball in.
Kerry will be happy enough, kill it, just kill the ball.
Yeah, number 14 is coming off, Niamh McGrath.
28, Grace Cunningham, replaces number 14, Niamh McGrath.
So Grace Cunningham, number 28 of Mayo Bridge, is in for Niamh McGrath from Ahadurg. And who would have believed that Brian coming in today that possibly neither of the Ulster teams will be in the final as it stands?
No, and 2 Division 1 teams last year.
2 of the senior teams, 2 that were relegated, fine, but the form looks like in the teams that hurt from last year. The intermediate semi-final losses in Thurles really seems to have hurt Kerry and Offaly, and they've used it to their fun. But it's not over here yet. 6 minutes and whatever additional time Kerry though does 2 goals in the space of 40 seconds. A penalty from Patrice Diggin, and then Jackie Horgan with a wondrous full forward effort, coming in along the line, beating the down defender and beating Cassie Fitzpatrick at her near post. Not a whole lot Fitzpatrick could do about that one. Not a whole lot she could have done about Patrice Diggin's penalty either.
No, the penalty was well struck in the
first
corner.
goal, the goal in the first half.
The Jackie Horgan goal, for me, they shouldn't concede. The fullback can't let her in along the line.
No, but I don't think the goalie could have done a whole lot.
Bad defending.
Yeah. Ball is turned over, down urging on their team. Players now a little bit at walking pace. I'd imagine, Brian, we have to give credit. It can't be too harsh on these players. The temperatures out there, we're lucky we're in the shade.
Yeah, oh God, I wouldn't want to be out there today.
Ball is knocked in now. What do Down do? Do they go searching the goal? O'Hagan will think about it, but that ball is batted away by the Kerry defence. She has it at the second time. Look at it come in, but she's been held up and has to play this ball out. Good ball out towards Sands. Look at it get inside. Definitely pull of the jersey. Referee didn't see it. Still going. Ball is on the ground. Yeah, now he was given the advantage maybe. It's going to be a free in.
It's a bit like the penalty though. He's very slow to. He puts up the hand when he gives the free, but it was a clear pull of the jersey, which he was looking at. He let the play go on without indicating the free.
4 minutes to go. You're 4 down.
I put it over the bar. Over the bar. Get it to 1-score game.
Yeah.
Put it to a 1-score game because there'll be another extra whatever they add on.
Statsman tells you you're right there. So Paul O'Hagan puts that free over the bar. 56 minute.
You get to the 1-score.
Paul O'Hagan has 8 of Down's 15. Patrice Diggin has 1-6 of Kerry's 3-9. Jackie Horgan in the hunt for player of the match as well with 1-2. Ball now with Down. And it's been all Down in the last few minutes as Sarah Louise Crawford knocking this ball in. Will it stay? No. And that's a bad use of possession.
Now again, she was clearly fouled. No indication he let her go on. He didn't give the advantage.
3-9 to 15. Weather conditions, as we said, quite stifling here today. Up to 30-31 degrees in this neck of the woods.
Kerry can't get out at the moment.
Kerry can't get out down. No, and they need one clearance as Paul McGinn hand was on it. It's a 1-score game, anything could happen. We haven't had extra time, and you would have felt that in one of the games, because they were so tight, we were going to have extra time and won them. We have to have a winner on the day.
The linesman's intervening here, Killian. I don't know, what did he see something?
Maybe he's just checking time, is it? What's the time, I'd say?
He's having I don't know what.
Is he?
I don't know whether he spotted something. I think maybe a down player may have just tipped out at one of the Kerry players. We'll wait and see. No, he's happy enough to free in. Can Paula bring it back to 2 points? Like I said, the
last couple of long-range ones haven't gone to plan. This would be vital. Paul O'Hagan's on its way. It's over the bar. That's a good score.
Yeah. They have them penned in and they haven't let them out now for the last 3-4 minutes, Killian.
9 points now of Down 16 she has. 1-score game. A goal wins it, you think?
It's enough for 2 points for Down, but they've got...
That's a good hook out though. Straight into the hand of Aoife Bean. Down it goes here, in the direction of Anne-Marie Lean. She was pulled down for the penalty that Patrice Diggin put to the back of the net. It's in the hands of the number 21, Emma Conway, dropping it in and dropping it out to the right and wide. Maybe as good as a score, I don't know, but Down need to go along here now, Brian, you'd feel.
Oh yeah, you've got to get the ball up. Get up the field. Let's see what you can do.
It's going to land roughly 60 metres out. Good hand and good take there by Down's number 8, Dervin Savage, playing the ball forward, but it was behind the attentions there of Monan, Tara Monan from Ballygalgan.
Defending.
But it's been won back by Down over on that far side. Kerry gone into their shell a little bit, Brian. Maybe nerves, everything that's a factor, but since the goals, just not being as comfortable. But ball is dropping in. That's a hell of a score. That could be a match-winning score.
That's a great score. That's a great score. I'd say that Kerry management are delighted with that. We're in the last minute. No sign of what it's going to be.
3-10 to 16. Ball went over the bar.
Down need a goal now.
Their number 15, Quiva Spillane.
And here they go.
And down with the chance maybe. Derville Savage. They know they need to hunt a goal. Up ahead of her is Amy McAleenan. Play the ball. It was to no one really. Kerry player went down and referee. There was a challenge. What decision is he going to make here?
He hasn't blown a free.
He reckons it was a frontal, so it's going to be a free out by the looks of things. But there's again we don't know if it's a free out or a free in.
From the referee when the ball goes dead, and then we find what the decision is. There's no clear indication from the referee what the decision is going to be.
But let's go back to Down there. Down had a chance again, Brian. They've had 3 of those and haven't utilised the play well, have they?
No, the ball has to go to hand. They had the overlap, they were coming. You've got to execute. But I suppose pressure All-Ireland semi-final. 3 minutes.
3 additional minutes, and with the stoppage here now, it could be a little bit more.
3 minutes, 3 points. In either goal. They're not going to get 3 points.
So hopefully you've enjoyed the action. This, of course, the day of the Glen Dimplex All-Ireland Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-finals. Already in the final on the 10th of August is Offaly. They defeated Antrim by 116 to 212. They were 10 to 1-5 in front, and came out and had a burst of 1-4 in the opening 10 minutes of the second half, led by their player of the match, Mairead Teahan, hugely vital, along with her cousin as well, Grace, who hit 6 points. That they were, along with Claudia Leahy, who chipped in with a few points. The performance of Fianna Dooley and also Sharon Shanahan in the closing stages, massive in Offaly, getting over the line. Antrim relied an awful lot on Roisin McCormack, as some of their other forward play misfired on the day. Offaly into the final. Here, could it be 2 goals in the space of 40 seconds that ultimately pushes Kerry into the final? As we said, 2 teams that were defeated in the inter semi-finals last year, one after extra time, one in the closing stages, by Cork and Kilkenny. The first year, of course, that there's not second teams in the Intermediate Championship. Are those teams that were in that semi-finals going to get over the hurt? Jackie Horgan punches the air. It's over the bar. 2 massive scores from Kerry. And now you could say, Brian, that could be it.
Yeah, I think Jackie Horgan has put Kerry over the line. I can't see Down getting 4 points now.
Spillane and Horgan with 2 big points, so it's just pushed out the lead again. It's out to 4. Down need to get the onion sack, and they need to find it now. Chance coming in. It's Monin. Maybe she should have started. Plays the ball in towards O'Hagan. Bounce up a little bit too far away from her. Kerry numbers there, and they come out with it. No question about it. They have the number of Paul O'Hagan back there. You wonder though, maybe Down should have started Tara Monin. Some of the play she'd been on in the second half, Brian. As the ball comes down to Amy O'Sullivan. Got a fortuitous goal in the first half. That ball has gone out to the right and wide. A good as a score. Down forward play has been found wanting, hasn't it?
Yeah, they just didn't execute when they needed to.
Savage, Planet, sending that ball down the line, looking for O'Hagan. She's the out ball the whole time, it would seem. She does have the beatings of Michelle Costello at various different stages. O'Hagan trying to keep it in play right in front of the Kerry bench. They are seconds away now from appearing in their first intermediate final. Of course, Clonmorris have been used to being in Croke Park. They've won junior, they've won intermediate. Kerry won a Premier Junior in 2019. Are they now going to appear in the intermediate final in 2025? Big day out it will be. Lots of green and gold will be there on the day. But can Down be a fly in the ointment still? They need something to go over the bar, and then they need to find the back of the net if they're to force even extra time. O'Hagan dropping this ball in, batted away. The Kerry defence have done enough, have that. Patrick Murphy plays on. I reckon we still have another 50 seconds at least because of the stoppage there while the injury time was being called. 33 and a half minutes gone. Ball over the line. Down have to get in a rush. Looks like the 2 Ulster counties are going to be beaten in the intermediate final. It's going to be Offaly and Kerry on the 10th of August. The first 2 to book their final place. Don't forget the Premier Junior in Kingspan Breffni Park next Saturday. Those will be streamed live as well. Kerry look like they're going to deal with it back here. 3-11 to 16. Patrick Murphy plays on. Paul O'Hagan plays on. Ball is batted away from her. That could be the chance gone. Clearance from Kerry right out to the middle. No, there's no one home down there. There's lots of red and black jerseys. It's cooked to Dervla Coleman, but she's been robbed of that ball. Looking to get in there and win it now. Kerry to make sure of this. Patrick Murphy continues. 20 points to 16. The Glen Dimplex Intermediate Camogie Championship semi-finals continue to play on here. Offaly are in that final. Camogie.ie for your tickets. 3 o'clock on the 10th of August. Throwing the ball in that day will be one of these match officials, and it will be between Offaly and Kerry, you would feel. Can there be still something though? Getting in on it, Jackie Horgan, and she's won that free. We continue to play on here. There's going to be another bit of a stoppage, but I would say again, Horgan putting her body in there, Brian, just hugely important.
Yeah. Just got herself across, and the experience. I know again, come back from injury she has, but I think that's it now, Killian.
Jackie Horgan.
Kerry have weathered the storm, and they're gonna get over the line to play Offaly, like you say, on the 10th of August.
Jackie Horgan, Patrice Diggin, Aoife Bean, Aoife Fitzgerald with a big save on 51 minutes. They'll be running for player of the match. Paul O'Hagan, never give up trying, a veteran of many a campaign. Amy McAleenan, Dervin McGee, Beth Fitzpatrick. They were all players that stand out for Down, but it looks like our player of the match is going to be from Kerry.
Yeah, Eileen, midfield. Yeah, without doubt. Yeah. No, unquestionable. 2 scores at the start of the second half.
Were big,
drove them on.
And she could be the cherry on top here.
Absolutely, yeah. Without doubt.
So we're calling our player of the match as Patrice Diggin, and she stands over this now. 36 minutes we are playing the second half.
And
she sends this ball towards the upright. Is that 1-7 for Patrice Diggin? There it is. It's game over. Kerry are in the final. Brian, Kerry Camogie, like, it's phenomenal. Small group, they've worked so hard. They've chipped away, finally got the Premier Junior 2019, and they've been knocking at intermediate level. And in fairness to them, lots of people might have expected them to go down at intermediate level and go back to Premier Junior, but they've stuck it on, and now find themselves in the intermediate final against Offaly on the 10th of August.
Yeah, well, like, they have what they have. And obviously the Clanmorris thing, even though it's Kerry's first time in the final in Croke Park, it won't be for a lot of them girls. And I suppose, you know, there's advantages, they've disadvantages in not enough clubs and things. But what they do have is it's a togetherness, a tight group, and they're obviously training and playing with each other probably a lot more than other county teams.
Yeah.
So it's pluses and minuses, but the 2 goals within the short period of time today, a penalty and then along the sideline, were probably just the difference. As I thought, a couple of stages Down did more hurling, but as I said, goals win games, and I think again they might have got less scores. I'm not sure the final score there.
3-12 to 16, so 16-15.
Again, a score more, but goals were the difference.
Goals were the difference, and that, you know, but I just felt that maybe in the second half, despite, you know, goals win games, yes, 2 in 40 seconds, yes, but Kerry, I just thought definitely that second half looked a little bit more composed, whereas Down were chasing, and I still feel, Brian, their forward play wasn't strong enough to win this ultimately.
Well, ultimately, me looking at it, I would have put Dervin McGee in full forward. She's, I think, huge pace and a threat. And as I said, like, Antrim have McCormack, Offaly have Tehan, Kerry have Horgan. Down didn't have that player in their full forward that would strike fear into you. Looking at the pace of Dervin McGee and a couple of runs she made today, she would have been that player for me, but they didn't go that way. And ultimately, the big players on them teams stood up today and made the difference. And I don't know, the Teen and Horgan, or Lean and Horgan nearly score most of the scores for Kerry.
Diggin got 1-7 and Jackie Horgan got 1-3. So, you know, of your 3-12, yeah.
2-10 from your 2 top players.
Yeah. And that means, Brian, you're probably looking then at 2 forward units that it could be a right game in the intermediate final in Croke Park on the 10th of August, wouldn't it?
Well, Offaly struggled with Roisin McCormack. Horgan probably not as, maybe with all due respect, as mobile, but if she gets ball in hand, it's going to be a huge threat. So Offaly will have to look at that. On the Kerry side, how do you deal with Tehan going forward in the final? That would be causing me a few sleepless nights if I'm the Kerry management, but tonight they won't care.
Tonight they won't care.
And they have plenty of time to have a think about it.
Plenty of time. They've nearly a month to be able to do the course in preparation for that. Disappointment for Down and disappointment for Ulster Camogie as both teams bow out in the semi-final stage here in Newbridge. Disappointment for those players and those, I'm sure, that came back to the stage and given it one last hurrah. But unfortunately, it has ended here in Newbridge for both Antrim and Down. So Offaly and Kerry, they're the first two into the All-Ireland final day on the 10th of August. In the intermediate final at 3 o'clock, tickets at camogie.ie. It's going to be Offaly versus Kerry. We're going to break for the moment. I see Patrice Diggin down there waiting for us as we're going to order our player of the match, and we'll also hear from the winning manager, John Madden, as well. Stick with us. And welcome back here to pitch side. You can see the presentation being made. Patrice Diggin, our player of the match. Congratulations, Patrice, into an All-Ireland final in Croke Park. I know you've been obviously there with Clonmorris and with obviously Kerry, a Premier Junior, but now the next step up.
Yeah, look, we're absolutely over the moon. I suppose you can really take a disappointment from last year when we lost the semi-final against Kilkenny. Like, we were pipped at in extra time by a point, I think, in the end. And I suppose, look, we were just going in to get back here this year. Our aim was semi-final minimum, and then to drive on to the next stage. And thankfully, we're over the line. Yeah.
The hurt seems to have driven Offaly and Kerry, the two here in that final.
Yeah, like, I suppose, look, we played them at the start of the year and they hammered us off the field. So look, they're a serious outfit, and we've seen a bit of the match there before, and they're a lovely team. Like, so look, we'll be looking forward. We'll enjoy tonight, and we'll focus on Offaly then during the week. And yeah.
Well, you're not going to worry about it now. You still have a month to prepare. It's back in Croke Park on the big day, though, Patrice. This, is a huge continued shot in the arm for Kerry Camogie.
Look, it's savage. Like, you see, like, I know we keep harping on about it, but look at the supporters out there today. I mean, they're following us constant, and they're driving us on. Our families, the sacrifices that they're making as well as us. So look, it's for them as well as us. Like, we really want to drive it on here today and get back to Croke Park.
Can I just ask you, Offaly had a lead in the first game at 10-8 and they came out and got 1-4, and that ultimately maybe was a catalyst for them winning the game. You were behind by a point, you get the opening score of the second half. Was there something at half time we need to get out and just keep on top of these a bit?
Yeah, look, I suppose at half time we knew we still weren't playing. We were still at 50%, we said it, like, and we knew that there was a lot more in us. And look, you have to take the heat and everything into account, but that was the same for all four teams out there today. But I suppose we knew there was a lot more in us, and thankfully we came out in the second half. And look, the penalty probably helped us on a bit, and Jackie's goal there as well was flipping super. Like, she came in there along the in-line, and it was a super goal, and that really put us going then, again, and it gave us a bit of a cushion because you weren't safe there at the end. I mean, what was in it at the end? 3 or 4 points, so you were never safe there until the final whistle was blown.
Well, congratulations, you're our player of the match, and we wish you the best of luck in the month's preparations ahead. Thanks, Patrice, for joining us. John, come in here to me. We're on camera up here. Congratulations to you. Thank you. Kerry back in an All-Ireland final, intermediate level now, and as I said to Patrice, the trajectory of Kerry Camogie continuing upwards.
Yeah, no, it is. Look, like we said, there's a great bunch of them there, and like, look, it was his goal to start of the year. We try and get to the league final. It didn't work for us, but we set this as our target to get the intermediate final above in Croke Park, and thankfully it came off for us today.
Patrice mentioned the hurt. I didn't want to keep mentioning it in the commentary, but it had to be a factor a little bit from last year's result that, they're in touch and distance at Croke Park. Let's get over the line this time.
Yeah, like, I was involved with them last year, but I seen them. I was watching the match. I was at the match, and It was a driving force. They probably felt that they left it after them. They were every bit as good as Kilkenny that day, and when it went extra time, they just didn't have the legs to finish it out. But yeah, that hurt was there. That hurt was the drive a lot of the way to make sure that they got to Croke Park this time and they try and give themselves a chance to win that cup.
Now we're here on the pitch side. People mightn't have known at home. It's the size of enough breeze there, and that was probably a factor for you in the second half, and it helped with some of your long range taking, I imagine.
Yeah, like we said, we were here for the first game as well, and we were kind of watching it, and we made the decision to play against it. We won the toss, and we won the toss, so we played against it. We kind of knew then what we had to do in the second half, and it is very strong. You wouldn't think it on a fine sunny day like today, but there is a strong breeze here, and in fairness, the freeze from trees long range when she popped them over, like.
John, you have some very strong key players in that team. I know you don't want to probably single any out, but when you've Diggin and Horgan on song, it makes your job easy, I presume, does it?
It does, yeah. Like I know the girls years and when they're on song, but we brought on 3 or 4 subs, each one of them, you can turn to them and they're going to do the job for you. The girls might be the marquee ones, but each and every one of our players, they're all, in my book, as high up as the next, because they all put it in as much as each other.
You now have a month to sit back and work out how you're going to stop Offaly.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one, because in fairness, Offaly, they won the Division 2 final as well, and now they're in the final, and watching them in the first half, they're a very good team. So yeah, we'll have to go and do our homework and settle down again and try and plan for that one. It's not going to be easy.
But before any Kerry fan jumps on my back and says I'm putting ye down over Offaly, I'm not. They're going to have to think about stopping ye as well. And when you look at Diggin and Horgan and you look at Lean and those who were driving from the middle, you're going to give a few problems for Offaly as well.
Look, we're not going to go up there just for the sake of going for the trip. We're going to go and try and win it. Like I said, not going to be easy. Offaly are a very good team, but look, we'll try and do our homework. We'll train for the next couple of weeks and try and drive on and hopefully get over the line.
Enjoy tonight, John.
Thanks a million.
Fair play to you. Congratulations. John Madden there, the Kerry manager then. So Kerry into that All-Ireland final on the 10th of August where they will face Offaly. Folks, I hope you enjoyed it. 2 cracking games here in the All-Ireland semi-finals at Cedar St. Conleth's Park, and credit to Kildare GA and the Camogie fraternity here as well within the county for organising and having this venue here. Fabulous venue for the 2 All-Ireland semi-finals. Don't forget, if you're a Camogie fan, the 2 Premier Junior semi-finals are in Kingspan Breffni Park next Saturday afternoon, and both of those will be streamed here on the Camogie YouTube channel. You can also look back at the first game, and you can also check out the Under-23A final that took place earlier today down in Limerick. You can check all that out on the Camogie YouTube, but make sure to stick out with the social media channels over the next couple of weeks. It's going to start wrapping up now big time. As you said, Kingspan Breffni Park next week, then it's UPMC Nolan Park the following week for TV coverage of the 2 senior semi-finals. So hopefully you're enjoying the action, folks. Lots of Camogie to come and a busy month ahead. Don't forget, be there in Croke Park on the 10th of August. Get your tickets at camogie.ie. Well, my thanks to all my contributors during the day for their help, to Una and John in the first game, to Dermot and to Fee, also to Brian Brophy, who did an excellent job as co-analyst, and to Danny Turley pulling all the strings and bringing you the coverage here this afternoon at Cedar St. Conleth's Park. I've been Killian Whelan, and hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Good luck to you.